Oi, oi. Flaterday British, Martin Leitker speaking. I am your host, Marticus Vombong, for today, and we are going to have some fun. This is going to be an awesome Flaterday experience. Welcome all. As you can see, I've put Hugh's joke, who started the show today, the best joke I've heard in a while. And did you know that muffins spelt backwards is what you do to them? I'm all down for that, Hugh. E-R. So yeah, let's not take life too seriously. We made it this far. Jesus Christ, the status situation at the moment is like, especially in Britain, because Britain's just fucking finished, is like, you know, we used to be scared of things like nuclear war, but most people, like, you know, being on social media, realize that war is not actually, nuclear war isn't actually a thing. But it wouldn't make any difference anymore. In fact, I could honestly say it would improve things dramatically at this stage of the game. It'd be the best thing for everybody is if nuclear war would happen. So that's what I think. Hi, India. I'm thinking a lot. I'm going to share it all with you in this post. So let me get my notes of what I've been thinking about. So yeah, it's been a busy week. There's lots going on. It's going to be groovy. We're going to have loads of groovy, entertaining things coming up to Flatmas. This is what we do around here. So let's give you a few review shouts. We got a big French contingent in the house. We got Kay, who's been doing things, and we got Suzanne. Good to see you. And our hippie shake, our resident moderator extraordinaire. Hippie shake is our resident moderator extraordinaire. And Beth Dickinson. JT, good to see you, lovely. Bob Sykes, my bro, my brother. Okay, let's talk about that. So, sad to even imagine how bad it has actually reached in Britain at the moment. You can't really say anything about it, as you know, because in a police state, hurty words are not allowed in Britain. So, you know, just got to apparently suck it up. Because of that alone, I'm thinking this at this stage of the game. I'm thinking, wow, this being nice mamby-pamby attitude has got me actually fucking nowhere, has it? Well, it hasn't. And, you know, all right, be nice to people, but what the fuck? No. This is not going to be happening. Not on my watch. Okay. Anyway, I got loads to talk about in this. We're going to be talking about mostly Tataria and mud flood in this. I got some absolutely stunning images and hundreds of fresh and juicy images you won't have seen before, or presented here only on Flaterday British. And we're going to talk about something that's been talked about quite a while, actually, in this arena of inquiry, is the Great Expositions. Were they or were they not there from the old world left over? Well, I've come across these photographs, and I have got some of them, but this is the full collection. I'm going to look at them, and we're going to see exactly what we can see. And I can tell you what I can see. It is actually, there's a lot of really overlapping, confusing shit in this. I'm going to try and clear up for everybody, if I can, in this post. So we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about the weird Universal Exposition of 1889 and other stuff. I've got loads of images to share with you. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I think this, at this stage of the game, I think that I've had quite enough of psyops. So I'm not going to be thinking about anything that like YouTube or any videos are going to be going on about. I'm completely, it only took like a few months of my interaction with the lying bastard that is AI. So I'm washing my hands with that. I'm done. And all of the other psyops that them people keep spewing all over the internet and getting people to surrender their life to, their life energy, their chi energy to, and then they're gone for literally decades, even till their death, maybe, believing just absurdities that get absolutely nowhere. Round and round and round we go. Once you state, right, that you know exactly what this fucking place is and what reality is, right, and you're sticking at that and you're keeping repeating it, well, that's you done, because you will not get any further ahead in this spiritual progression, which is what we're all doing. I don't claim to know anything. I'm claiming to be learning openly, like a schoolroom. I learn, like what I'm going to be doing tonight is sharing my work with you. But I'm not claiming. I'm giving you the opportunity to look at it with your own eyes, like a legal case, and make your own mind up. Mine's already made up. There's massive fuckery afoot, guys, okay? Massive psyop, massive fuckery. And this, what I'm going to talk about tonight, okay, the history being buried, our real history, to dumb us down, is something that I'm going to be talking about, because that really bugs me, because I know that human peoples, or us, were way more creative, way more intelligent, and creating beautiful architectural pieces and beautiful environments to live in, and healthy and living a long time. The opposite of what's going on now, which is everybody is just sick of it all, sick to the back teeth of it all. Everyone, even the people that got it, are pissed off with it. The control's just ridiculous. Where's it going now with this new AI rollout, this new environment for everybody? It's just not. I think, at this stage of the game, everybody should just say a big fat fucking no for our own good before it's too late. This is the time now. If everyone just turns their back on it, AI, then it'll have to fuck off and do. Maybe if it should build this, the AI should build its own internet, then it can stay over there and fuck off out of humans' business, okay? And then it can have like millions and millions of bots and have its own little world over there, away from us, is what I think. So yeah, that is another rollout that is really, really detrimental to humanity, isn't it? It's going to replace us. What are we going to do? I'm sure that AI can't dig the garden, but it can actually get an automated digger run by AI to dig the garden. So there is that. Probably more efficiently and probably more quicker than a human being. So there's not that many things that AI can't do. So at this stage of the game, I think this. I think this realm that we live in, these land bits on the water, okay, whenever they say a 72% water in this realm, the rest, elevated bits of land that we inhabit. We are surface dwellers, okay, the surface dwellers. Well, I think we are a tiny part of a much huger civilization that exists out there. That's what I think. And I think the buildings that we see exhibited in the expositions, the beautiful architecture, is an echo of what that world would actually look like. Because they've been here and they're here. So that's what we're going to talk about. And that's what I think is going on. I think we're a tiny part of a much bigger realm. And they just got everything locked down, haven't they? It's all been discovered, Truman. There's nothing left to be discovered. All the maps already been discovered. There's no more land. And all of the effort they go into and the expenditure to try and keep their spewy narrative going. Like last year, what happened with that shit in the Antarctica, which caused nothing but trouble to them and brought millions of people back to the creator, which is where we all should be. This idea of an automated reality, and that it does make a lot of sense, because I seem to be a magical being and can interact with reality and change reality, but that doesn't mean, or actually is not any evidence whatsoever that this place is any simulation or technology. Now, I can see the mathematical construct, I can see that, and I can see the geometry and the factual nature of this place, okay? Well, that to me just shows me that it's been put there by an all-knowing, all-loving creator. And I'm not talking about the crazy God that makes cancer babies. Okay, not that crazy God, because that God invented evil, didn't he? All of the wars, all of the bad things that happened, cancer babies, all of that got invented by religion and their God. I'm not talking about anything to do with that. I'm talking about a universe that exists in here, because that's where it is all happening, because all is minds in this place, and the rest, it's an illusion. So we shouldn't have hang-ups about anything, really, I don't think. Big love to Eric the healer, who was in the house. Big love to Rocky Dog as well. Oh, so I just been falling asleep because it's so damp. So I just had to put on some Wolf Mother really loud and some Black Keys to wake my client up, which it did. So well, a bit wakening now. Big love to you. So yeah, I'm going to share some fantastic images. So I hope you do enjoy. If you're into the subject of Tatari and mud flood, you're in for some treatage tonight. I've been a busy week. I've talked about the Empire State, the Eiffel Tower this week, okay? And I showed some pictures, and some of them were at the period apparently where it's being built in 1888 through to 89. And there's like some just barren waste ground around it. So where was the civilization that existed before it? What about the civilization that was splattered in the offensive of 1871 when Paris was actually apparently destroyed? What about the catacombs that actually exist underneath these places? What about the Champ de Mars? What did that look like before the Great Exposition? So these little questions that have been niggling me for quite some time, we're going to look at in this post. So if you are up on this subject, I'm sure you will enjoy. So Rachel, good to see you. There's no devil, just naughty boys. Yeah, well, it's the devil made me do it. It's now been changed, hasn't it? Now it's AI made me do it. And that'll be a cop-out for a lot of people in court. You watch. That is going to be, oh, AI told me to do it. It's super genius. What am I going to say? No. It's going to be all sorts of problems. Banana and condensed milk sandwiches for everyone is Ryan. If you've seen my post a day or so ago, I had some fun for an hour or two talking about the wonderful 1970s and what it was like when we didn't have much, but we were 100 times more genuine than these lot in the modern day. Wah, wah, wah to them. So yeah, you offensive. Stink bombs. Have you seen these? I used to use these as a kid. So you step on them and then it stinks like devil's bum. It stinks like baby's vomit and dog shit is what it stinks like. So selected locations for them, I think. Yeah, it's low-level evil. It's fine. It's legal low-level evil. Okay? And there's a lot of bad people out there. And I'm on a mission from God as well. And YouTube as well. I'm on a mission from God and YouTube. Hi, Manny. Good to see you, my man. Oh, don't take no notice. You do you. Thanks for being here anyway and putting up with me for 10 years. Actually, this time last year, I was like, fuck me, I'll never survive another year on YouTube. You know. And here I am a year later and I'm still here. So, touch wood. Why do they say that? Yeah, touch wood. And then you touch your head like your head's made of wood. I got a wooden table, yeah. Touch wood. Fucking stupid, isn't it? Oh, I grew up in a house of terrible superstitions. I mean, no effigies of birds in the house. That's incredibly bad luck. Like I said, don't kick a can or an angel will die. And there was no shoes on the table or new shoes on the table because that. And if I had a reflection of, say, my lighter and it went on a wall on a summer's day and you play with your lighter or you play with something that got a reflection and you put it on the wall like that and make little mirrors on the wall, which all of us do, my mother would go fucking nuts. She'd go, that's the devil. So the fucking hell is my reflection of a lighter the actual devil, ma'am? She's the devil. It makes the devil. I was like, fucking hell. This is like that film Carrie with that religious maniac mother. Hit the floor and say some prayers. It's another world they come from, guys. These are the pagan people of Britain, the feral people that was left over from the war. Jesus Christ. Weird. Still, I learned a lot. Bojangles, I love that song. Hi, Bojangles. And Dallas Follow, my brother's in the house. Good to see you. Much love. Ooh. There's nice. Good to see you, my friend. So, yeah, I'm going to be crazy idea of stink bombs. No, this is fucking genius, is what this is, man. This is fucking brilliant. This is like, you ever seen this film, The Satan Bug? It's like that, but nobody dies. Okay. Crafty Kim. I was a fab trip down memory lane. It was. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. I'll do some more of them. I'll do music of our favorite music of the 70s and stuff. And then I'll move into the 80s because the 80s was still really groovy and the 90s as well was okay. You know, it went okay. After that, it went shit in a handbag. People who are 25 now So people who are like actually maybe in government and in councils and in police forces and places of power, they were born like in the year 2000. They've like never even known a world without a mobile phone or even any real world experience like what we had. You know, cast to the wind, Kathy, come home, look after yourself, bud. If you don't fucking do any work, you're going to starve to fucking death reality. Remember that? What we do? Not for them. I think the whole world owes them a favour. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Yeah, this world needs to toughen the fuck up. Because us being mamby-pamby is our downfall. I fucking swear to God that is the truth. Okay? This is the time that people need to toughen up and see what's really going on, man. It's just not a good scenario for people, guys. If you live in Britain, I don't know, the rest is to fuck as well. And the media, oh my God, they're evil. Evil incarnate. Just keep spewing shit constantly and hating on this and making people hate on everything else. It's just nuts. Scott Poole, King Arthur's Round Table. Yeah, see all of that narrative there. I'm a purveyor of Wilson and Blackett. I got their signed books over by there. Yeah, and I've studied it, and the volume of work is profound. And this volume of work, yeah, is not profound, and it's not a good evidence. It's just people repeating stuff year after year. I've been on the internet so many years now doing this that I hear the same thing repeated over and over and over and over again. I do, guys. I do. And do you know where it gets people? I'll go nowhere. Yeah, because I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I'm about forward thinking. I'm about progression, and I'll just chuck any idea out there, guys. Yeah, and we'll just get to it. Any clues that we're going to put together, which is what I'm doing tonight. Putting clues together. What's that, Frito Hippie? AI clone. Oh, they didn't clone you, did they? See, in the old reality that we used to live in, Pierce Brosnan was dead. I remember James Cameron dying in a submarine accident in the Titanic, but I might have been tripping. I don't know what happened there. He's back alive making fucking avatars. I remember him dying. I don't know what happened there. So there's like a weird reality where people are all dead and now they're back again. It's really weird. Oh, it's what it is. I don't even care anymore. Jay, good to see you. You spin me. I played it earlier on this machine here. Now I've got Mozart on. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Oh, poor Peter. Filled him up with heroin and made his lips all funny. He was super intelligent guy. He was really smart. I used to watch Big Brother when he was on there, and yeah, he was really all right. I think called them out, the Illuminati. That's for sure. Anders, much love Denmark. I love Denmark. Some brilliant times in Randers. Do you know Randers and Altberg and Tilburg, Copenhagen, everywhere, all over Denmark I've been. Fantastic times. Bandholm. Do you know Bandholm? God, sorry if any damage happens. 5. Rujo, you do not go to Denmark causing trouble, that's for sure. They are awesome people. Hugoing and Kutchin and stuff. The Church of Satan is a non-profit organization. Yeah. Well, their cults can just go and fuck off and do their cult over there and suck loads of people into their weird bad energy vibe and bad information. I'm not doing any of that. I don't even want to talk about. Yeah, this synagogue Satan. Fuck off. No, I'm not doing it. It's because it's them. Can you see the energy that it brings into our house, into our environment? I'm not giving my chi energy to them vibes anymore, guys. I don't have to either. There's another thing. I don't have to. Or the bullshit that happens on social media, because I'm waking the fuck up to what's happening on here. I can tell you that for nothing. Because I live it. This is my life. It's social media. I'd have walked away from it a long time ago if it wasn't for the community, guys. I would have. Because then I'd be thinking, fuck me, all of thousands of people, and I meet a lot of you. For it to be just gone forever was too much heartbreaking for me to actually face, to be able to do. I thought it was just going to devastate me, so I couldn't, so I haven't. And just carry on going for that. But as for the social media environment, I find it not good for you. You get burnt out, you end up having to go away and fucking heal mentally because of all of the bad energy that's been spilt over you, and You know, I got to keep my fucking soul protected, guys. I'm just that kind of person that I got to, like, spiritually protect myself. Have to. Which isn't easy in a world of... I don't think people are narcissistic. I think all of these words, these Freudian and Jungian terms, are just other psyops to cover up what people are really like. And I've seen how unpleasant and cruel. I've seen real fucking horrible cruelty when I was younger. So I knew how horrible people could actually really fucking be. And I've been on guard all my life because I know how evil fucking people can be. Okay? And I always keep that in the back of my mind. And they will lie, and they will cheat, and they will steal, and they will cover up their fucking lies, and on it will go. And they'll get through an entire lifetime living like that, undiscovered. It's not narcissism, it's not psychopathic, it is the construct. Yeah, something breaks early on, and then that pattern keeps repeating. And I'm sure that if they had a different life experience and different life choices, that things would pan out differently for these people, that they wouldn't be so bitter, shallow, horrible to everybody. I'm sure. I've had a fucked up existence. Did it make me all bitter and nasty about everything? No. It turned me into a more loving person, because I thought that, well, I've seen all of the bad, and I know that's never going to win. So now I know that there is only one way, and I know I don't even care what people think anyway. I think love is the only way through, guys, because how is it not? You've seen what fear gets, and I see so many people come to my channel saying they can't step beyond fear. It is a difficult one, guys. It is. I still got some fears. I don't know, getting on. Most of my life's behind me now, and just fucking thinking, shit, the state the world's in. And I really, really, really want to do something positive for it, and it's going the other way. So I will work extra hard and get a couple of miracles along the way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to do. Because I don't think the truth has been doing all of this. I can't imagine the truth has been doing all this online for 10 years for absolutely sweet fuck all. Do you? Yeah, I love my music. I live for my music, actually. I'm not always in the mood, but I enjoyed a bit heavy today. I do not need sunscreen. I'm in the middle of December, but I still got a suntan. So it'll last till next year. I'll top up as soon as it gets warm again. Well, I won't go too dark, just in case they mistake me for... But they won't. I look so Welsh. Max, good to see you. Yeah, listen, Satan is the fucking best. The best thing that ever happened to the church, yeah? It's part of the business model. You need two adversaries, yeah? Good cop, bad cop. Go on, fuck the brains out. No, don't do it. Go on, do it. You know, good cop, bad cop. And it's a business model, and it's worked for umpteen years, and how long they've been doing it. And then people who do shitty things can, the devil made me do it. And, you know, I sold my soul to the devil, that's how I got rich. You know, that one. And there's just what evidence is there actually for it? Hammer horror movies, Dennis Wheatley books. They're pretty good. They used to shit me up when I was a kid. Alice Cooper albums. They make it all real, don't they? Twisted Sister. Well, yeah, this is it. Anyway, I'm waking up to it all. Good to see you, Marianne. And the internet and what's been going on. And I'm going to be, bringing it to people's minds, to pay, attention to what is going on with the social media, guys. Even though I live here, it's not up to me. You should put your energy wherever you can, but there's so much shit shows around at the moment to soak your energy up, getting pushed by them. And then some people even put her on a pedestals, like they're real good human beings, which they evidently are not, in their castles and their fucking fantastic lifestyles that they all that they all inadvertently got, everyone in their fucking gang. Anyway, what the fuck ever. Like I said, it isn't about me. I'm just passing through, and I'm going to share my information. Right, here we go. I find it absolutely fucking incredible, guys, right, that they spent the Great Exposition, okay, it's the second in Paris. There was one in the 1850s, massive arenas and exposition halls. You have seen this in the past. So it took them 2 years, 2 months, and 5 days. Okay, 2 years, 2 months, and 5 days to build this exposition. Okay, 740 acres or something, isn't it? Oh no, more. So this is what I can't get my head around, right? It costs 41.5 million francs, I'm sure, or 50 million francs. And I'm sure 50 million francs was a lot of money in the 1800s. And where did they get their money from? They'd just gone through a war with Germany. You know, like 10 years before, the fucking city got completely destroyed. Then it's back, and then they can build this massive fucking civilization. Makes no sense. And the fact that it opened on the 6th of May and it closed on Halloween only 6 months later. They built this thing for 6 months. It's too much for my imagination, okay? A lot of the buildings that they say that I will show you now, which we're going to use scrutiny, and we're going to use, and what we're going to do, we're not going to make a judgment, guys. We're going to just trust what our eyes see, okay? What our eyes show us, and go with that, because that's what I'm doing. So yeah, it is massive. It's in the center of Paris on the Seine, and it is this expansed area. So I was super interested to what was actually there before, because some of the evidence shows like debris or something there before. Okay, now I'm in the camp that this was here already. Okay, I really am in the camp of this beautiful Tatarian technology, because it looks like so much of the rest of the city. Look at this. The machines, because they had massive expositions of technology, and the Eiffel Tower, which I covered this week. Everybody in my comments was saying this is trippy and it's not making any sense, Matt. Okay, the fact that it's disproportionate. Now, remember I said that I think there's a wider world out there, a huge civilization. I'm drinking Bovril, by the way, Bovril, a huge civilization out there. Okay, and they could have other Parises, other cities repeated, and this is why I think so, because when the New World or the Old World America was set up, it was New York and it was New Orleans, and it was older cities' names repeated over and over again. Okay, what, can they think of any fucking new names? I don't know. So I think that might be going on, that they got, you know, they're just repeating, and maybe some of the photographs we're seeing are not even of this realm. As trippy as that sounds, how do you even know? We're being gaslit to the extreme. How would you even know? So this entire complex here in the center of Paris was cleared, they say, and then they built this massive complex. Looks really, really small, that does to me. I don't know. Really small. Really suspicious, and gives me a weird feeling that something is not quite right. And I'm just like on the tip of my tongue, almost as if it's all like AI constructed, all of our reality. How long has AI been out? It's just come out now. So they've had it maybe umpteen years before. So maybe, I don't even know. Donkey's years before. They've had it maybe since the 80s. I don't even know. So a lot of the images we could have been looking at have just been that all along, because I don't even know anymore. And this, I don't actually trust the photographs of this being built. And somebody brought to my attention as well, which is super interesting, which I should look into more actually, was the fact that this old steel doesn't rust and hardly needs painting. And they use it on the Forth Bridge in Scotland, and they use it on just all of Brunel's engineering as well. These bolts and this steel, like you know, on the Clifton Suspension Bridge, for example, and this steel just doesn't rust. Yeah, it's just completely different founded steel, completely better steel in the past, in the days of Tataria. Now I think they're just, you know, cutting costs, making it weaker, and I don't exactly know what they do, because the whole thing just rusts, which makes no sense. Look at this, this elevator thing. Apparently caught fire with people in it twice, apparently. And this restaurant here, all this decoration got taken out because there was a large restaurant fire the internet knows nothing about. But I have photographs because they're trying to change the narrative real time. So is the nature of Big Brother, changing it real time. You've all seen 1984, haven't you? The film. I read the book. Yeah, I got over by there. There's the guy, that's his job. He literally changes history a daily. Like, you know, the chalky rations are not 5 grams anymore. Or, you know, Eurasia actually won the war when yesterday they never won the war. This is what they're doing with us on a daily basis. And I spotted it years ago as well. I was like, oh, look at this, the Arab Room, 1889. And technologies, they had galvanic batteries, and I think a lot of Edison technologies and free energy technologies would have been exhibited in this place. But look at this elevator. It's got a pivot that goes and then up, which makes it look a lot bigger. Again, because of the engineering and armaments, which redefined everything after the 19th century, where the big guns arrived, every single thing changed in the world, they say. Anyway, let me get off this. Excuse me. So yeah, let's have a. Excuse me. Get rid of them. So yeah, these images here, I got them on Facebook. I got some of them, not the full collection. I got them off Facebook of a guy that shares on there. Worth checking out. This guy, I swear he's got some juice. Gregor Batina, I think his name is. I think it's a foreign chap. I don't know. If you look on Facebook anyway, you'll find him. He shared these. So I have got some of these, but they are super duper cluey. I've got the full collection, or have now. So yeah, this is the building of apparently the exposition, Universal Exposition. So I want to go with what we can see. Okay. So already it's 1889 in this photograph. And then the Eiffel Tower is already there. They bring in the materials in with a narrow gauge railway. And until this day of this week, I didn't even know that. And all of this area seems to be empty, which it is parks now in a modern day. So are they building that wall? Or are they taking our wall down? It's hard to even say. So I see this is what I see with my eyes. I see the buildings already there. I see a tarting up after a reset. I see, like I see with all of the other expositions, you do not see them from the footings going up, okay, in stage by stage. But they got excellent photographs. Look. If it's already there. And what do you see? You see scaffolding, narrow gauge railway, yeah, and some people dotted around. But the place itself, 2 years to complete. Okay. Apparently temporary projects, even though the buildings that are on the Champ de Mars are there even in the modern day, as is the Eiffel Tower. They lived or kept going. So apparently this bridge, I'm not really keen to what is going on in that picture, but some big steel bridge going across the Seine. So yeah, on the other side of the Seine, the entire bank there, you could see this in the modern day, it's a park with trees. There's nothing there in the modern day. So in 2 years, they built, out of temporary projects, an entire city over a 720-acre site of fantastic buildings that replicate or show you images of the smaller world. Loads of countries took part apparently and built their own thing. Okay, so what we see in here is a tunnel, maybe. So these to me, I'm not sure, but these to me look weathered. Too weathered to be less than 2-year-old. In fact, the whole thing on the bottom, even that scant shale stonework backfiller there, looks old. And how can you get so much patina and dirt upon newly laid stone? Anybody explain that to me, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of coal fires. What about this dirt on here? Really, really dirty, isn't it? A couple of French ladies there. And a couple of French gentlemen. Okay. So very strange. There's a staircase going to go up there then, isn't it? This is the case. Okay, and there's a shit ton of stone just laying there on the side of the thing. Again, what we got? Well, it looks like a mud flood building, doesn't it? Nothing outside except for debris of bricks and stuff. But the building, again, it's already there, isn't it? So the scutching there, you can see they use a thing called a French drag, which is like a saw blade that you drag over softer stone to face up. So this is for facing up stone. This isn't for repair work. Again, though, it looks patinaed. It looks dirty at the top there. So yeah, again, I'm going with what my eyes can see, and the building, it's already there. And there's bricks and all of this weird stuff from whatever was there before. Very strange. Okay. Again, what do I see? I see a building that is just without a roof, without its contents, exactly like the buildings you see left over after the bombardment of Berlin, or after a large war. You see the shells of the buildings, and then they came in later, especially in Berlin, and then they touched them up. Okay, which is what I see here. Building little Chinas, which is again all already there. Again, look at this. Yeah, that's brickwork. Okay, temporary, my ass. Brickwork, which looks really one style there, switch, another style there, switch, smaller brick, stone, larger. I can see 3 different sets of stonework there, guys. And all of this like mud flood windows below the street level. And it looks weathered, by the way. That brickwork does not look like it's just been put there. That's what my eyes see. The Institute of Electrics in France, in French, I don't know what that word is, Electrique. And it is a beautiful building in the colour photographs. And there's a lot of ornamentation that's been added to it. But again, what am I seeing? Everything, even the antiquitech is there, isn't it? Look at all of that wrought iron work. Imagine how much, they did have to cough up to build all of this. All of this. Why make the effort? I've got catalogues, guys, right, of the interiors of these places of the Universal Exposition. Just mind-blowing. Every single inch has got stuff in it. It just makes no sense just to put it there. Or what I'm trying to say, guys, is all of that effort and 50 million in all world money for something that only runs 6 months. Think about that. Does that make any sense? Because it doesn't make any sense to me, guys. It's stupid. They didn't get their money back. Did they make 50 million back in 6 months? Jesus. Yeah, so these were temporary, were they? Just craziness. So if you were standing on a bridge, you look down the Seine, both sides were all of these, like that one looks like Venice. Look at all the antiquitech on that, guys. All the, look at that decoration and the honeycombing and everything in the dome. No, too much for my imagination to think that all of that effort was made just for 6 months. I'm sorry, just tomfoolery. Again, marble columns, guys. Marble columns that look scratched, patinaed, and weathered. And the whole thing looks like it's just, like I said, an older building's being tarted up, which is what we see every single time we look into these sort of photographs. There it is completed. So they say. Imagine if it was a ruined world, reset, and then they just come in, these skeleton crews with the old ladder lean, touching everything up. They're like them little helpers, aren't they, in like the Twilight Zone episodes, that they make everything, they make the reality like 10 seconds before we actually get to perceive it. But somebody left a spanner. They're all dressed in orange. Coinky dink there. So yeah, look at all of this. All of this built and automatic, as you know, pavements that just automatically go. Well, NPCs, Harani is a word that you would use if this was in fact a computer game, and that would say that it's not like, you know, that is me saying there's no creator, because I really think there is. And I would really think if he was an encoder and it was a computer game, that all of the people that are all out there, okay, don't exist. Well, they do if you interact with them, but when you're sitting in your room now, none of them actually exist, okay, because the world is in your mind. That's true, okay. So I wouldn't even worry about it. Nothing actually dies. Nothing ever gets hurt. Nothing gets harmed. Nothing's in misery because there's nothing out there. Isn't that good news? Anyway, wow. So this is the Champ de Mars, if that's what they call it. These pillars here are there today in the modern day. These pillars, proving that they weren't put there just for temporary. That narrative is blown away just by that fact alone. And look how beautifully dressed everybody is in the past. And their fantastic world, an echo of a world 140 years ago compared to the echo of that street in the modern day. Yeah. Hey, give me your fucking phone. You want to die? Is in the modern day. How times change. It's not a safe world anymore. So that's something else that needs to be combated, because even though, you know, the world's been bonkers for so long, it was relatively a safe place to live in. You know, we had civilization and society, didn't we, that we all knew. There were parameters. Then parameters seem to be greying and getting a bit fucking skewed in Britain at the moment. I'm not really into it at all. I think this whole thing needs to be reset. And I'm well into this reset. It's the best thing that ever happened to us. So anyway. And like I said, with the NPCs, we wouldn't worry too much about them, because a lot of them, okay, they're not really in it, in the game. There's only X amount, if it is a computer game, which I don't think so, of players in it. Okay, the world's a stage. There's a certain amount of people that are playing the reality game. I get it. That's true. Okay, but that doesn't make it a game. And as for NPCs, that could cause... It's a dehumanization process, isn't it, by the PSYOP that will... So when the shit comes down, it won't matter if you ham this NPC, because they're only a non-playing character anyway. Do you see what that can create? Dehumanization of people. Got to be careful with that thinking. And who spews all of that? Who brings it to us? So yeah, look how beautiful this is. Oh my God. This building looks infinitely old, doesn't it? I can never pronounce the name of it though. Terrible with French words, me. Oh, look, Asian antiquitech in the background. Everyone looks like they're from the Frankenstein movie. All in these black capes and black suits, and everyone's... Even in Britain, and they're not mourning like Queen Victoria, are they? So why is everyone in the Western world in the same... Well, they are now anyway. Have you noticed? Observation time, you all there? I've got 400 of you. Well then. Where are the children? Don't know. It's a good question, actually. None. And I've seen this in a film we looked at Blackpool in 1903, right? This was unusual. I got the film, but if I play it, I might get copyrighted, but I was tempted to bring it to you. So it's packed Blackpool, beautiful, right? Thousands and thousands of people on the streets, hardly any children. Do you find that unusual for a seaside resort? Just saying, it's really something going on. Hardly ever see perambulators in old photos either, you know, ladies with prams, hardly ever. So we're absolutely sure that was built for just 2 years and used for 6 months. We're absolutely sure, because that looks like it's been there time immemorial to me, like old world. Maybe these things made out of reinforced concrete, just like little pagoda things. Sure, why not? They might have been put up in the park. But as for the rest, No way, Jose. No way, Jose. All of this when the city had just recently been destroyed. Makes no sense. Look at this underneath. So he's what are they doing exactly? Now, bear in mind, everything that I'm just showing you now, I've got maps that I can compare and show you an overlap, okay? The catacombs, where there's millions and millions of skeletons, yeah, are underneath where I'm talking about. So they've built all of that on top of dead people. So the first there's nothing there, and apparently there's this big civilization according to their narrative, but underneath it all the while is millions and millions of people. Remains. And these ancient tunnels, look at this. How old is this tunnel? What exactly is he doing? Because it's really, really old. Again. Just fantastic picture, that is. Some weird potholes in it, like someone's been shooting at it. Thinking these are glass plate photos because of the border. But yeah, there's they're 1889 and there's moving images. So whatever photographic process is being used here, A, is always from a bird's eye perspective. B, this is HD photography. C, there's no exposure problem. 1889. Yet later photographs apparently show people like in an exposure problem, which has no issues in this. So absolutely every single thing, the pavement that moves, the palaces here, look at that there. Oh. Looks something to do with the maritime. And this building just looks completely different, don't it? The towers look like they belong in Paris, in Italy or something. Oh, go away, telly. Why do they give... I tell you what, that's another thing that's happened with YouTube. Is life's become one long big fucking adverts. I'm like watching hundreds of adverts all the time. It's like, fucking hell, I need to buy Tampax. Where did that come from? They keep doing like these really nasty fucking... Men don't want to see about women shaving things. Men do not want to see. So all of these adverts are geared towards fucking, you know, if you've got fucking pink hair or something else. It's just horrible reality. How the hell... See, there's another thing as well, another psyop. I'm going to get to that now as well. Manifestation. Am I manifesting all of these terrible things that are happening in the world? I don't think so, because I wouldn't. My reality would be fluffy and lovely, yeah, full of golden Labradors and beautiful Alsatians and yummy women. That's where, yeah. Okay. So that was built for temporary, was it? My ass. Blank plaque and the Phoenician ship bursting out of the side and the Phoenician head right there. So a Phoenician takeover. So yeah, that does that satisfy you that they constructed it when they said that they constructed it? Because it doesn't convince me whatsoever. I'm very fucking sorry. All right. So yeah, if you go back, step back, and these are from 18 after the city has been destroyed, apparently. There's these beautiful postcards that I picked up of Paris. Now, can you see that air balloon in the air on a postcard? It looks like a whale, doesn't it? It looks like literally a whale. So yeah, let's go through some old photographs. Is that Demirage or Demirage? Demirage. Okay, that's something else. I thought it was Demirage. So yeah, horse-drawn double-decker buses or trams, excuse me. So yeah, I'm just going to flip through and show you the type of world that we're talking about. Massive temple building, a complex with all of this, look. They never had left or right on a traffic either. It was every man for himself in the horse and carty days. Again, I got some footage of that. It looks incredibly dangerous stuff to go onto the road, cross the road, or even horses. If they kick you, you're literally splattered, aren't you? This is in the days of the Model T Ford, coming up to the 1920s here. This lovely photograph of Paris. They used to call it Gay Paris. I think it's completely apt in the modern day. So there's a stock exchange where all the people, like, you know, determine how much shit is going to cost. Yeah. Corn oil, sell high, sell low, wow, wow, wow. So I don't know what that thing is. Big though, isn't it? Big, smelly old church covered in shit. Look at that thing there. There's not many people around in this. Okay, so this is after 1871. The buildings are all destroyed. I've got some photographs that I could share, but you've seen them all before on this channel. And we're only doing juicy photographs that haven't been shown before. So that's an unusual church. It looks more synagogue-y. There's no tower on it. One car, no people. And look at these buildings with these big, broad roads and things that they got. In the days of no motor car. Maybe there was motor cars before the reset. They got cobbled down there. But every man for himself. Look at that for a cacophony of chaos. Whew. I bet the noise was extraordinary as well. All of the cobbles, the levers on the horses, the shouting, the horses themselves. I bet it smelled of shit. The old world smelled of cow shit. You know it did. Horse shit. Okay, so we're on the banks. You can see in the distance there the Notre Dame Cathedral with that spire, the burnt down. But on the other side of this bridge is a building that is completely missing because it's gone in the 1871 rebellion, war of 1812. So we've got 1865 here, a building of a beautiful viaduct to take trains across the River Seine. Right. I don't think it's actually possible to get anything on YouTube anymore with fucking adverts. Oh, thanks, Dragon Sage. Actually, I watched, what film was it on your, you do share films, don't you? What one was it? It was the other day. It was quite good. So, yeah, this is the Gare du Nord, as far as I know, a famous railway station, isn't it? 1914, prior to the First World War, these young lads here are going off to Verdun to die. Hopefully some of them got back to eat fromage again. So yeah, look at the antiquity. Right, disproportionate building, massively top heavy, and all the juice is on top. So basically the roof is as big as the rest of the building. But look at all that. Just potty. Just potty. These postcards are cool though. The postcards give you good clues. If you search for postcards, they act very cluey. I'm not sure if they just escape certain censorships. I'm not sure. They show quite a bit of stuff. The size of that thing, guys. And look at that. Is that a lighthouse there? Well, I doubt it's a lighthouse. There's no ships near Paris. But wow, what a massive building. All them blowholes there, one there, all there. And all them, God knows what tiles they are. Just amazing. Look at that then. Montmarais. Look at that. Look at that. That's just potty for Antiquotech. Do you think that's just there for aesthetics? All right, it does look pretty, but I tell you what, that utilizes technology. That is. Wow, look at that. Very atmospheric. That is quite haunting. Hey, Ray Boston Mud Floodage. Good to see my man. Oh, that looks old. The Tour Saint Jacques. Who is Jack? Again with the glass stonage. The Hippodrome. Now, there's hippodromes everywhere. There's one in Istanbul. There's hippodromes in Bristol. I went to Bristol Hippodrome once to see something with the school. Yeah. So, Hippodrome. Hippodrome. I don't know what it means. Anyway, yeah, beautiful building. Wow, there it is again. Hippodrome. I definitely think these hippodromes are all world buildings anyway. All of it is, I think. So yeah, in 1871, I don't want to show you the entire city blown up because I've shown them before, but the one thing that really gets me is this entire area that it's got blitzed apparently in the center of Paris. That's the biggest building you can imagine is the Hotel de Ville, the city hall it was, which is just fantastical. Bell tower there with something sticking out. There. Wonder what that is. And it's just covered with Phoenician statues, okay? Just saturated with statues. And there it is. And then apparently the Germans, okay, the Prussians come with cannons and they turn it into a mess, unfortunately. Wow, look at that thing in the middle. Certainly have bells in there. So yeah, no people, big broad roads with no one around, a couple of horse and carts. You don't see many people in these photographs. And then miraculously, 1871, the official narrative is they had the Franco-Prussian uprising, Franco-Prussian War, which gave rise to the German Republic that is of today. That came as a result of this war. But then you see this building that's looking really juicy one second, and the next second something really bad's happened to it. Could this be something else? And could this be connected to all of the skeletons that are under this place? Like literally under this place is millions of dead bodies. And the buildings above look like Armageddon. 1871, Paris looks like this. 1889, they've coughed up with 50 million francs in old world money to build a 720-acre city in the center of Paris, and then only use it for 6 months. Now, when I say those words, and my mind is telling me, that sounds really fucking stupid, because it does. No, that ain't happening. And it's the same narrative for Chicago. It's the same narrative for San Francisco. It is, guys. San Francisco, yeah? Fucking whole city destroyed. And then 9 years later, they shit out one of the biggest expositions that ever been produced. Okay? And just the entire city's built back in 9 years. It's like, what? Didn't your money investment go towards building the city back? But no, we're going to build this big, massive Pacific fucking exposition, Pan-Pacific exposition. Mind-boggling. Look at that oldness in there, the old buildings. That's inside it. So yeah, it was absolutely the pinnacle of civilization. This building, a lot of Phoenician water and Cherubanuskis and fountains and thing, and that is just under the spiral staircase. All of that water energy flowing, and then the spiral of the case, the chi. Oh my God, it must feel fantastic just being in a living building. Same staircase they fitted inside the Titanic. There must be something going on with the elliptical eye staircase as well, some type of technology, and they put water underneath it as well. That is really sweet. Really clever too. So yeah, it's the city itself, like I said, 1871. There's been, they say cannonballs, some are high explosive and shell, but mostly field cannon, the type of thing you see in the early days of the First World War. They're not big. Yeah, these buildings look like they are melted, incinerated. Look at the size of that for devastation. And then you get all that millions of skeletons underneath it. There it is back in the day, the mansion of the Hotel de Ville. They've had festivals there in the past, military parades, etc., because it's a famous old building. Look at that though. This is below ground level as well. Mud flood. When your city gets destroyed, you always see the mud flood evidence. But yeah, I can't believe Cannon did that. And then again, ladders. Again, ladders. Just it's a mystery. Oh, it's a mystery. I'm still searching for an answer. Right, mud flood everywhere. I think they're doing a do, and you would too. They're doing a do. And there's nothing you can do. They're doing a do. Okay. So yeah, let's go through some mud flood evidences. Some of these are absolutely stonking, and I think you're going to really enjoy them. So there's almost 450 of you have visited. That's really good. Yeah, well, Robert Fripp, right, he's such a dickhead that he deserves Toya. Can you imagine having Toya in your kitchen every fucking day? We're doing this, Robert. What? we're going to do It's a Mystery. It's a Mystery again. Yeah, it's my favourite song. It's a mystery. Oh, it's a mystery. I'm still searching for a brain. Fucking hell. Saints preserve us. They should have pushed with Hazel. What was her name? What was her name? Anyway, just back to the mud-clad images. I just tracked myself. So yeah, these are evidences that civilization has been buried in the mud. You can see a pillar that has been snapped off. I think that might have been part of it, maybe. But it is, as you can see, this thing here is actually underground, where the Wombles live. So yeah, this Coptic church is out somewhere. I think this is like Serbian sort of Copticness. And it is here out in the middle of what exactly? Do you want me to tell you? Armageddon is what it's in the middle of. In fact, guys, right, serious note, right? Are you enjoying the apocalypse? I am. And I wouldn't have missed it for the world. I think it makes things worthy. I think it makes things, if you're just going on and just a civilization, yeah, it'd be boring. Yeah. Now we got like, oh my shit. Yeah. Something got to be done. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's what I was fucking born for. Literally. Yeah. Stink bombs. That's what I was born for. Okay. Let's move on. So yeah, giants were definitely in the narrative. So yeah, like I said, there's a massive, wider world. I really do think that there's an ocean above us, a dome. And then an ocean, the Tartarian Ocean, and then larger, bigger lands. So this thing here, this disky little bit here, okay, and there is an ice wall expanded out there as well with more lands. I'm convinced of that as well, and probably in the middle. It's probably everywhere. I think that we're just a really, really little bit of a much massiver world, okay, and civilization, and nothing to do with anything to do with globes or space. Okay, people got different lifestyles. For me, I grew up in Britain, yeah. So the people that talk spacey stuff and the sciencey people, yeah, you wouldn't trust them as far as you could throw them, because I come from that world where you just know that people like that will lie, cheat and steal to keep their shit ticking over. Okay, people like Carl Sagan. I used to like Carl Sagan, and I watched all the Cosmos episodes, and I got Carl Sagan some book in contact. But what load of shit, what load of bollocks he talks. Funny, Carl Sagan, yeah, Mr. fucking know-it-all. So yeah, look at the state of this. You can see what looks like Sumerian as well, winged thing, really ancient. But yeah, this is from sort of Turkey and Middle East area, this photo. Don't know what all the debris is, though. And it looks wet here. It looks like all this has been soaking in water after Noah's flood, don't you know? This definitely. And even mainstream people like Hancock and Hawis will say that the base of this has all been washed by water. So water was running around it at some stage. It's like, wow. Fucking hell, you guys are geniuses, man. Fucking hell. So yeah, this fort, I don't exactly know where it is. I think it's in Turkey, but yeah, look at the melted splodge it's on top of. So I definitely think, yeah, I've been talking about plasma vents for like probably 8 years, 9 years or something since first started talking about it. But yeah, I definitely think there are two modes of reset: water, brilliant purification, snow and ice, Ragnarok, and fire in the form of compressive atmosphere, which acts in lightning that you wouldn't even imagine. Okay, lightning that you haven't imagined or seen in your life, that will melt or liquefy stone, which it does, because there's all of these vitrified forts in Scotland, and as you know, if you study this subject, the Indus Valley civilization, Mohenjo-Daro, etc. Apparently, these places were nuked and had radiation because there was dogs left there that no vultures ate. So there was some fuckery afoot there. but that is cut into the battles of Krishna and Arjuna and the Bhagavad Gita battles going down. I was going to say Mahabharata, that's it. But yeah, so they had like weapons, didn't they, the masters, Vimanas and stuff, and they had all their battles in the Indus Valley civilization, and then they like literally melted all of these forts and buildings like Mohenjo-daro and stuff. So yeah, this is a weird photo. I'm sure you know this building. It's the Treasury in Petra, instantly recognizable, which is in the desert, isn't it? In this reality, however, I don't think anyone's actually been there yet, and yeah, the statues are still gone though, but there's all this vegetation. Now, I watched this video about a year ago where there was one of these posh people who hasn't got any worries, so he sets up a DJ desk outside of this building. So I'm a DJ now, outside here, and this thing was red dust, and it was like a stony cavern that went down, and it was all just fucking desert. So I'm not sure why this reality shows all this yummy vegetation, and these spots down here are not in the all new photographs. These look like putlock holes, scutching marks, something along those lines. But again, some changes from what you see looking at Petra in one day. Weird. So yeah, there's your Vimana there. This could just take the fuck off if you had the mind to. So yeah, nesting technology definitely reduce all the way to the top. There's so much tech going on, bouncing around in there. Whew, make your nose bleed. Look at the size of that thing. I'm just turning my head on the side. It looks like if you put your head on the side, it looks like one of those Katusha rocket launchers. The size of the tiny little shops, and that's 1, 2, 3 story, 4 story building there, right? I got an echo. The echo. What is that? What are you saying? Free soul hippie? I got an echo. Maybe not. So yeah, that's a trippy little tower. No way of knowing exactly what is going on with that. And the pyramids that are world over. So I reckon there's still a load of pyramids still underwater. I posted about these being bunkers in Noah's flood. I think that was what's happening with a lot of them. I'm not really buying the Mel Gibson narrative of fucking chopping heads off, waiting for an eclipse, and until the eclipse happens, because everyone's double fucking stupid in the ancient world, boom, 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 down the steps with endless heads. According to the Apocalypto movie, was it really like that? What happened to the Aztecs? Well, they ate themselves alive. They had plagues. They had this. They had that. Nobody really fucking knows what happened to any of these, especially the civilizations from this. I noticed this from the 1600s. So the Aztecs, you get over to the Khmer Rouge, completely disappear. All of these the Sabbateans, all of these 1600 civilizations. So they say. I reckon the Crusades are happening right now. I reckon that's what's happening. On what Christian showed us and all of that is the build up to it, the colossal showdown, if you like, which has to happen because the world cannot just tumble into this fucking what they got in mind. I haven't got that long to worry about it, but I just and the new people, they might like it. You know, they don't do anything but look at their phones all fucking day anyway. And it's just rotting their brains. They can't even have an analytic thought or a creative thought, unfortunately. Yeah. So they lost everything. Okay. The cities are a stinking mess. Politically, everything's fucked. Yeah. Sport. Can't trust sport anymore because they have like switcheroonies and it's all fixed. Everybody knows the sport's fixed for making money. So nobody likes the sport anymore, do they? So that's gone. Television programs. Nobody's going to, even if you were paid, you would not watch a BBC fucking television because you know that these like all covered up pedos. And why would you support that? So you're not going to watch television. I watched telly for over 20 years, I'm proud to say, and I wouldn't either because I just don't want to have all of that nasty shit. And there's hardly anything to watch anyway in the world anymore, guys. Movies, dead. TV, dead. Sport, dead. Music, dead. When was the last time you heard anybody good come out? No, they just roll out fucking new and Oasis and fucking Depeche Mode and all the good groovy old bands, or fucking Rolling Stones at 140 years of age. Yeah, they'll bring like literally Charlie Watts back as a zombie just to play drums like this, have strings on him in the future. I can just see it now. Fucking hell, how is Mick Jagger even still going? It's a fucking miracle. So yeah, use a lovely these little bits of the Assyrian civilization and a tunnel, which they are shoring up with a T-bar that is full of mud, which looks exactly like a railway tunnel. What is in that tunnel? Do you want to tell you? The man of weaponry. Because I reckon they come and nicked it. There is the narrative that they found of a man of the Americans. They sent special ops in and they got this special technology. But that's all just on the internet. I can't prove one way or another. Flying ships. What you see in antiquity as well is these things, which would be okay if they were in Star Trek or Battlestar Galactica, because your craft could fly in, because it wouldn't be able to access this massive cavernous interior unless you could fly, because it is high in the air. So I think that's extra evidence. And they show you things with wings constantly anyway. So if this thing's flying around, it'd be antiquity. Guarantee it. So yeah, that got splattered, didn't it? There you go. So yeah, evidence of the old world, splattered beyond belief. All 1800s covers it quite well. I'm not sure what that is, but it's a nice little photo. Every photo tells a story. So this one's in India. I've seen this loads. This thing here has been all dug up, but when they found it, look at this thing. And there's all bits all like cut off with a butter knife, like, you know, stones just cut with a butter knife. First time I seen these pictures were years and years ago of a guy called Artemis. Big love to Artemis. And when I looked at them, the colour footage of these, my eyes popped on my head. It was like, well, that could only happen with some sort of laser, because they looked like the building had been cut with a laser. Like, yeah, this Coptic church is used in a movie, Pomegranates. It's the same Coptic church. I recognise it. But when they found it, as you can see, it's knee deep in mud. The old ladder again, because somehow when after a reset they've got X amount of people that come along and just tart up the cities. Yeah, there's probably millions worldwide that have survived apocalypse, and then the world's just left there. You know, technology's gone, time's passed, loads of time has passed. The calendar, well, there was no need for a calendar because we weren't surface dwellers at the time. Because it was fucked up there, and water everywhere, everything else going on, terrible weather. Then after all of that subsides, the dwellers, the underground dwellers, came up. Okay, they probably had labs, they probably clone. I don't think, you know, cloning's not a thing. I really do actually think that it is a thing, because they can do it. It doesn't seem like a too technical fucking operation. Clone eggs, really. So yeah, Buddhist toe, pure shrine. Yeah, you can see exactly the same sort of shrine or assembly or building in Ireland, and they say that they are for dead saints and stuff. Barras, yeah, Buddhist toe. Again, with the giants, look at the size of these doors. Wow, there's something going on there as well. Ah, got a lovely bit of classical music. More. Is that Mesopotamia? I'm not sure if it's Syria or Mesopotamian, I think. Anyway, so yeah, there's one buried in a jug under the mud. Yeah, obviously this is Persia. So they had big beards, didn't they? Big funny freaking beards. Don't know what was that style. If you went back in time, they all had these big funny beards. I was like, oh, I don't know. So yeah, that looks like that building we just seen in the Great Expositions. These these different stone. So, the old world. Then the Moors, Ottomans. So yeah, Stonehenge is a psyop as well. I don't think, it's put on an important nodal point, but I think the actual juice is a mile away, the most important. But the energy is there. I've spent enough time at an age to know that the energy is off the radar during solstice, which will be coming up on the 21st. There's a big do coming up for the community. Myself, Campbell and Kelly, I'll tell you all about that in a little while, but we are looking forward to it because we feel that we should just polish off the awesome year of 2025 with the community and have a groovy time. So that's what we're going to plan. So yeah, you can see this sarsen stone is all crooked. It's been straightened. They came along in the 1950s, as most people will tell me, and they tarted all this up. But it is in a Turner painting from 1700s that shows a cronky version. So Neolithic stone's been there at least that long, but probably not as long as you think. But they say that these stones, these sarsen stones here, come from Wales, at the Preseli Mountains, Preseli Bluestone, and they have travelled 240 miles to Salisbury frigging Plain and end up on the top of there. How did they achieve that in the old world? Well, they tried to reenact it and take a much smaller stone on a boat, which looked like a Viking boat, a Middle Ages boat, down the Bristol Channel back in the 80s. Do you know what happened? That's right, it sunk. They can't do it. They couldn't bring it by boat. How did they get the stones here? It's one of the biggest mysteries in antiquity, how they could move, 80 ton blocks in the world of no roads, the world of we don't even know, horse and carty. So Phoenician sarcophagus in Cyprus. Cyprus was a Phoenician enclave, as all of the Levant was, as you probably know. And here they are with their floats, and they doing some business, bringing the ting into town when everybody's like this waiting. When the Phoenicians get here, they're coming to take all our money. It's like, yeah, and that's what they're going to do for the rest of reality. Yeah, they're going to muscle in, they're going to steal your fucking money, yeah, and then they're going to bounce or get kicked out, because that's what usually happens over and over again. So, but listen, it doesn't matter where you go in the universe, guys. If you imagine there was space, right? If you know the Ferengi, yeah? They got Ferengis in space. Earth has got Ferengis. You're always going to have skanky fuckers, Ferengis. They're going to want to make a few shackles off you. This is how it goes down. But like I said, it's not about me. Look at that bit of beauty in India. Whew. Looks like the Taj Mahal's had a trippy trip. Like the Taj Mahal just dropped acid. So I know I woke up one day and I thought, I'll just put all of these bricks together in this shape. So there is a lot of thought that went into this, but I don't think there's too much mathematic in the bottom bit, but definitely in the top bit. But again, ancient world. Look at this thing here. How big is that? Entrance to a, well, I guess it's a cathedral, but wow. And we move on. So America's awesome, isn't it? Love America. I think this is in Atlanta. Oh no, I tell you where this is. I'm going to go through some photographs. So a lovely lady, Laura, sent me photographs of Montevideo in my emails, and I have never really gone and looked at Montevideo. The first country in the world, which you are gay, to legalize cannabis. So I really think this is an okay place, okay? And they have got Tartaria coming out of their Urals, as we'll look at them in the next section of photographs. But when I come back, I'm not sure what that aerial is with all the tons of wires coming off of it. And look at all of the shit still outside the windows. Shit. Dun, dun. And these things are on the corners all over the world, and they're usually banks, part of the old world circuitry, I would say. But you can see lower levels, lower levels, lower levels, which makes no sense with flooding and all of that. A lot of places, like Venice, had mud flood windows, guys. Yeah, and it's supposed to be built on stilts. So what's the point built in fucking basements when the whole place floods? Have a think about that. Or building your massive staircase 2 stories up on this building. Obviously, it's to commemorate the Ville of Quebec, which in fact has a fire, but it's an immensely big building. We've looked into Quebec on here in the past, and wow. So they had to pile a load of mud there, didn't they? JHS, Jesuits. The Jesuits are everywhere, aren't they? So yeah, this is the Ville in Quebec, which is just immense size. I think there's a video by John Levy covering it. These are Quebec too. So why has Quebec got like a medieval town wall and this medieval German Tatarian looking thing when isn't it like French, Quebec, Canada? This thing here, yeah, John Levy covered this. I can't remember exactly how many rooms in this, but if you think that they built this in the horse and carty days, guys, this is just the most immense building. Just doesn't go with what is like, right. It's up there on this cofferdammed looking enclosure, and then there's just these really small buildings compared to it. But they're not. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-story buildings. No people, nothing going on in that forecourt, is there, guys? Quebecians might know. Look at that, though. How amazing is that building? You seen this before, Rachel? Yeah, like I said, John Levy did all of the the juice about it. But yeah, it is just massive. So Quebec, got little cannons on there. Oh, I wonder why they'd have cannons. They haven't really been involved in any war since like ever. So the entrance to Quebec had a pyramid which looks weirdly like the Eiffel Tower, covered in grass, doesn't it? And the French flags, because they speak French in Quebec, I think. This is an interesting photo. This is Red Square, as you know, in Moscow. I think this is before Lenin's tomb was built over by here. Yeah, it is. Where's the infrastructure? They built this. They built the Kremlin. They built this. Okay, St. Catherine's. They got all of these massive structures, and outside is nothing but mud. Just mud. Yeah, so they had balloons landing apparently, so I've been told, in Montevideo, or going all the way there as well. See, I don't really think, in my head when I was younger, I used to think like as South America as like the developing world, and there was nothing going on there. I never ever thought of it as being developed like this. You just don't. I didn't. Look at that. This was an exposition that opened in Atlanta, Georgia, another city that got completely destroyed in the 1860s during the American Civil War. And then they built this. I did see the sizes. I did read the sizes. It's insanely big in Atlanta there. The Piedmont Exposition, Atlanta, Georgia, first annual exposition. And that was in, I think it's 1887. Massive. See these Crystal Palaces? When I was in America, there's one in Dallas. Somebody mentioned it in my comments the other day. Seen it like umpteen times, guys. It's just like the Crystal Palace in London. It is, and it's in Dallas. Yeah, I don't know if this is a photograph or what it is, but it's weird how it's all broken on the sides. But yeah, it's again from that bird's eye perspective, isn't it? How they keep doing that from the same perspective every single time is just something a bit sinister going on there, where everything in the world is in the same perspective. Hello, everybody from Baddie Commander. Fat thumbs. Yeah, make sure to share this out. Who built this stuff, Martin? Was another civilization that with all of the technology that I told you about, you know, Antiquitech, Technasmia, water technologies, people living a long time, beautiful infrastructure, beautiful everything. These are Piranesi engravings, and I'm super convinced that Piranesi was actually engraving what he was seeing, okay, and not just out of his fantasy, is what I think. I just downloaded that photograph because I thought it was really beautiful. The perspective of looking down that massive arcade, and the people are only this big, look. And then you need this big domed entrance. Why? And then that symmetry. Somebody put a lot of thought into that, didn't they? A lot of thought, really clever stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure if some of these actually got built, but they're old world, trippy Antiquitech devices. Look at this size of these people compared to this. So I couldn't tell you if this has been built, but they're definitely drawing them and giving you the idea that they've been built. So yeah, Union Street Station and Penn Street Station, absolutely mad. Penn Street Station, gone, knocked down. And this is what it looked like, built for giants. And the railway station for New York City. Just insane. Union Street's obviously still about. So yeah, the Paris Exposition is there. It's a bit of a fuzzy photograph, but it is a photograph. So yeah, this is crazy. Seen this statue? Yeah, this is in Russia. And I think it's one of the biggest statues in the world, actually. And a lot of people go all the way up, and they're that tiny compared to it. But again, it's in Russia, but I'm not getting that colonial power thing. I'm getting like Phoenicia out of it again. That's just me, though. Look at this. Just on a lamppost, guys. Just on a lamppost to get you up this staircase. Huh? It's bonkers, isn't it? So I couldn't tell you if that existed, but it does. It's got a little bit of the Statue of Liberties about it, especially, the Eiffel Towers about it, especially the top bit. You know, if you just ignore the bottom bit, the top bit looks like the Eiffel Tower. Again. Knobbly bits, we all know about them by now. Drives that energy up. Yeah, make sure to share this out. There's loads of people who are doing sweet nothing tonight, yeah, and there's nothing on the internet, as hardly ever. So if you shared it, then you might stumble upon me and then come over. Again, just a lamppost. And then somebody climbs to the top of the lamppost every day to light the oil lamp, apparently. Christ, just on a lamppost. Even he's like, what the fuck? It's amazing. Obelisks all over the place, look. This is in Dresden. Should be a byword for this movement. Dresden! You know, like they say, his name was Robert Paulson or Attica. You know, you gotta have a battle cry, haven't you? Back in the old days, though, it must be nuts. It's like you got the Japanese and they're going Bonsai, and you got the British and they're going Huzzah. I bet nobody ever really had a battle in the whole of history. I bet that's not what's going on. I bet it's exactly like the front lines you see on British streets. So you get the Japanese going Bonsai, yeah, and they're like the woke, okay, they're like the lefties, and then you get the other side, us, okay, and we're going like, you smelly cunts, huzzah, and they're standing opposite in the front lines. Nobody's actually shooting them because that would be really dangerous and people would die. That makes no sense. They're probably just pushing one another and occasionally some casualty happens. I feel that's what war was. People pushing against one another like they do in the battle lines of the British streets. Nobody wasting nobody. What if I'm right? What about all the millions that got killed, Matt? Well, let's talk about that. If you look into World War I, you'll find that a large proportion of the young men that got killed in Britain, the million of them, were missing in action, which means that they disappeared. Okay? So were they just marmalized and turned into mincemeat in the mud of Flanders? Very possibly. Or did something else more nefarious happen to all of them people. Because that's what I'm thinking. Look at this thing. Oh my God. It looks something like a church scraper, like a skyscraper church, a church scraper. Wow. So yeah, these are what looks like the French troops. And they are, no, they're not. These are, I'll tell you what these are. These are the Doughboys coming back in New York City on what looks like Madison Avenue under the Arch of Triumph, the Triumphal Arch, because they just give the Hun, what for? They went and put the willies up in. Let's go put the willies up in, boys. What, literally? No. So yeah, that's what was going on in World War I. Over the top, foot on the parapet. Yeah, your legs between your knees. Kiss your ass goodbye. Okay. So yeah, even the skyscrapers got 4 angels, Antiquitech, dome in the middle. 4 angels, pyramid, smaller column inside of a bigger. It's exactly the same ancient technology in these skyscrapers. Somebody sent me photographs of St. Patrick's Church as well in New York City, because there's some sort of evidence or photographs of this maybe being up, but again, it was there already. And it's all mud flooded, windows and everything. He sent me photos of already. Propose these. This is boarded off. This. I see these everywhere in Christendom. It's these small domed theatre buildings. They go right the way back, and often they're Masonic temples. Often. For all that effort for a roof, eh, guys? Whew. Wonder what's in the top bit. There is again St. Patrick's Church, but nothing next to it. Nothing next to it there. Interesting that. This looks super old, like old Anglican church in the middle of New York City. Look at this thing here then. This is in, I think, Ghent in Belgium for a tower. What is it? Observation post? Observation tower? Or is it like a balloon could just come in, doosh, drop them off? You're in town. Yeah. So this is Berlin. And as you can see, nobody's really home in the old Berlin photographs, but you can see why the Luftwaffe have fucking splattered it with millions of bombs, can't you? Dresden, exactly the same. Is their fantastic old world architecture, which is classical, as you can see. Classical temple, Antiquitech. Craziness. Follies, Antiquitech follies, all over the place. Look at them. There's even windows in this little one, guys. So if you stand under one of them, things happen. You can feel like changes in your energy fields. There's the electromagnetics or the chi energies all circling in there, coming out. It's lovely. New York to the North Pole. This is Peary's vessel in a make-believe ice here on Exposition. So Peary that went to the North Pole apparently in this boat. Cutting in that North Pole's freezing cold, you can't get there narrative. See, you know Shackleton when he went to Antarctica. I seen a documentary. It's not on YouTube anymore, but years ago, an old Scottish lady said, "Oh yeah, they filmed it here in the loch in the middle of winter in Scotland, and didn't even go to Antarctica." A bit like the TFE. Anyway, so yeah, 4 angels, 4 domes, and 1 big dome in the middle, covered in Antiquity H. These pics are nice, thank you. They are. Is autodidactic in the house. So yeah, I'm going to show them the link in a minute, Campbell. If you just stick around, bro. And whoa, look at the size of that bugger. So yeah, fantastic, wasn't it? Berlin was out of this world. You can see why they dropped loads of bloody bombs on it, though. But it survived pretty well, and it's all there in the modern day, isn't it? So yeah, just because Campbell's in the chat right now, as you can see, this is coming up. Tartarian Australian Legacy 12-hour event, and we're going to have it on Solstice, run by Kelly and Campbell, as you can see. Time zones, everyone can play. And we're going to have Marticus, Guy Anderson, Michelle Gibson, and Dale as well. Okay, and this truth quiz with prizes. And what do points make? Prizes. So apparently we're doing that on the 21st of December, which is good. Glad somebody's doing bleeding something for Christmas, because I didn't do anything. I was thinking about doing something, but it just didn't work out that way. So if you allow me to come back for a second and see what's going on in my chat feed, because I do not know if anyone is there. So yeah, share that up, hippie shakage, baby, if you would. It's in the chat there anyway. So Reality Elevator, welcome back to the channel. So yeah, we should do more community building exercises anyway, because you know what I noticed is this as well, is everything on the internet really sucks with bad vibes and shit. Yeah, we come over to like our gang, yeah, and we're just always like the same as we were in Rona. You remember everyone in Rona? We're gonna die. We, us lot, yeah, we were like, this is fucking wicked. I'm gonna go on holiday. Yeah, 5 years ago today, I was in Torquay because me and my son Lawrence, we fucked off down to Torquay, played in the casinos and stuff, right in the middle of Rona clips. So, because like that's how we roll. Ryan, good to see you. Dragon, okay. The shit that keeps this reality together is what it is. So there, thank you, Hippie, Jackie, and Donna's in the house. Holiday, that was 5 years ago. Holiday. So yeah, 6 months on the internet. You need a bleeding holiday. Go for netty. Building the size of the mountain resource. This is William Craig. Okay, let's just scroll up. Oh, Simo's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. And the beautiful Joe is in the house as well. And Jay and Jackie. Good to see you, love. Okay, we're cooking on gas, guys. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the epicness brewing up inside me. Okay. Time travel would be nice. Yeah, where would you time travel to? I'd like to go to, say, 1900, but I'd have to time travel and have a really nice suit on, pocket watch and all that, and a wallet with at least £1,000. Now, £1,000 in old money, I'm fucking rich. Yeah, I mean, I can do what I want. So, what would you do? First thing on time traveling, go and check out the old drugstores and see what they got on sale. Okay. Obviously, if you're a time travel, you're not going to be a time traveling sex tourist, because that would be wrong, wouldn't it? To go off to the 1900s, fall in love with 1900s women. Be wrong, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't be. It'd be fantastic. And I bet they were really lovely and fluffy. I could write and cook beautifully. Yeah. What's that? Excuse me. I've been riffing in the ocean, discussing this channel. Autodidactic. He's the man. Bob. So where would you time travel to then, Bob? To the future? Shit, I wouldn't go there. Fucking love no money. Fuck that shit. But I definitely would go to like the 1800s. Battle of the Somme is not a good time to. Yes, I am Van Bon. Time traveling to like the First World War wouldn't be appetizing unless you were a general or something. Second World War would be groovy if you could play Panzer Commander in the Milkmaid. Wouldn't that be brilliant? So yeah. Betty, my favorite game of World War II to play. Late 1900s and 1800s. Yeah. Oh no, I wouldn't go to Armageddon. No, that would suck. I'd go watch it as long as I could time travel out of there before I die, and then just go to another time, like I said, 1880, 1890. Get on a train in Cardiff to London, go and see old London. Oh, it'd be fucking brilliant, wouldn't it? I'd love it. Yeah. I would be totally well behaved. I'm not going to, I know what you're thinking, man, you're going to go back to 1900s and corrupt them. No, I'm not. How dare you, Kathy? I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, I know some songs. I say, you know songs? It's like, yeah, I wrote them. Go on then, Matt. What is it? Imagine all the people living. They're like, fucking hell, did you write that, Matt? Yeah, it's one of mine. And I just go through all the Beatles and other songs, like Jack Sparrow did. Good night, sweetheart. Yeah. Don't worry. It's only wrong if anyone finds out. You know this, guys. So what's that? I don't know. It's a weird reality, isn't it? I can't believe I ended up here. Fucking hell. I hope the afterlife is better. Where we go after this is better than this one. I can't imagine it being worse. Fucking hell, that's a stretch of the imagination, isn't it? It's like you go into hell. It's like, yeah, right. No fucking shit. It's no, you can't even scare us with hell anymore. The devil and hell. You can't even scare us with that. It's like, fuck no. Fuck no. Doesn't even bother anyone anymore. Bring it. Alien invasion. They won't come here. Have you seen it? What are they going to do? It's like, fucking hell. It's like the women got all of these, like, you know them, like African women had the big plates in their bottom of their mouths. Yeah, so the neighbouring village doesn't take the women off them. They got them both, the women now, they got on both sides. Duck lips. Yeah, like Count Duckula. No offence, if you are watching this and you've gone down that terrible road, it can not be reversed. I bet the pot was really better back then. Listen, the grass is always not greener on the other side. We found that out. But what it was much more authentic, and the people were much nicer. It was more caring, and it was just lovely growing up in Wales. So I'm not giving up. Anyway, most of Britain's like giving up on hope. They're like, no point going on. I don't even want to go on anymore living. So, oh, come on, mate. It's not all that bad. So, well, fucking is. And I don't want to be converting anytime soon. It's like, well, it is that. But yeah, so it's tricky. It's tricky. William, okay, we're going to get back into the juice. We're going to look at some more pictures. These are what this Laura lady sent me in Montevideo. They are impressive. Really are impressive. I haven't seen any of these before. But what I do want to do is put a music track on for a second, because I have to leave the room. Okay. Okay. Oh, stop sharing. Stop sharing. Hang on. I'm going to put a music track on for a second. 440 of you. It's going to be for literally 2 minutes of your day, and it would be lovely experience for you. Make you feel fuzzy in the middle bits, and that's what you want in a minute. There you go. Okay. Play. Some reggae, man. Get it on your Gregory. Okay.
Look in the sky, oh, look in the sky. Can't you see a miracle? The stars are close. Can you make a wish while they circle of the moon? We're not spinning any ball. They're all wrong for this. You gotta look in the sky. You look in the sky. The sun is right up on the line. They're moving towards your eyes. The sun is a cloud saying, look at the sky. I said, We're not spinning on the ball. They're all wrong for this.
Okay.
You gotta look.
So yeah, that's another thing. The Earth's flat. So, right, I'm going to share some more images. We're going to look at Montevideo. These are absolutely fantastic. Really, really amazing. Never seen any of these before. And to be honest, I learned a lot. I didn't even know the Montevideo would be like this. So it's that similar architecture we see in every other city in the world, which we'll be looking at a load of images in this. How long have I been talking? Oh, good. Not 2 hours yet. So yeah, like I dig that the Spanish were being there, guys, but this is like a British Anglican church with knobbly bits. And it's in Uruguay. Okay. So yeah, obviously she's gone out, the lady, and took some photographs, but you can see it is definitely the Phoenician feel on the capstones, on the capitals. An octopus. So it's definitely a fishy feel to this. But look at that. That's all marble. That is a marble sheet. One marble sheet. That's not even joined. Wow, how'd they get that in place? It's just mind-blowing, isn't it? I don't know. I'm quite, thinking, I bet South America would be really interesting. But it's like, I keep thinking they're like banana republics and they just get kidnapped by some coke barons or something. Yeah, sold off. I'm too old. I'm too old to be kidnapped and sold off. I think my sex trafficking days are definitely gone. Don't know. Never tell. I'd be like, oh no, please don't make me do it again. Wow, that's trippy. I don't know what it is, but wow. Thank you for sending these, and Antiquitech, you can see there, and some of the older pictures. Right, some of the buildings there, I've got unbelievable Antiquitech. Check them. So I'm guessing they speak Spanish. I'm not sure if they speak Portuguese in Montevideo. But it's just across the water from like Rio de Janeiro. It's not even far, is it? River Plate. The River Plate. So yeah, not too many people around. Awesome infrastructure. There was me thinking they were the developing world. Couldn't be more wrong. Don't even know why I got that in my head. And you never get no education, or nobody ever talks about South America. You never get no education, even in the modern day. All you ever think about with South America is the favelas of fucking São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro and the Jesus, the state of Venezuela, and the Bolivian and Colombian marching powder. That's all I know of the whole continent. Oh, and Patagonia. Not very well educated, am I? Not in this field, anyway, of South Americanness. Look at that. Wow. That should be in bloody Holland or something. That is amazing. So, yeah, I'm guessing the colonials are attributed to be built in this caper. It says London, Paris, 1906. Montevideo. So, yeah, Atlas, it was never holding a globe, guys. It was always a celestial sphere. It's just another one of those little psyops that they brought out years later. So yeah, big broad streets, not many people around, but you may not see many people in side streets in the modern day. There's nothing to go on. Look at that. Looks Italian, looks like it belongs in Venice. Again, this one. But Montevideo, be worth seeing this place. Look at this tech on here. This is bonkers, this is. So that we've seen these all over, but this one is like more. This is like on. It's got one either side, these towers, and then this crazy thing in the middle with T-bar on top. It's mad, isn't it? You've seen that? Antiquitech like that? Impressive. So yeah, what are they speaking Spanish then? Or do they speak Portuguese like the Brazilians? I think it's Spanish, isn't it? Or they speak Uruguayan. Okay, so check this out. On top of this, there's something in there, okay, in that belfry thing, and it's like a ball. You see that? It's not a bell. It's circular. So yeah, there's some technology going on. Just looking at that street there, that is amazing technology going on there. Maybe from the time of no oceans. Campbell's going to be doing an ocean series. I'm definitely going to be intrigued and looking forward to seeing what what it's got to say. I've had a little think about it. I think it's definitely good. It's good. It's going to be a goodie. Half the thing about being a content provider on YouTube is recognizing what is good and what is not. That's why I like to only bring the juice, the good stuff. You know, anything wishy-washy, it's not gonna make it to my channel. So yeah, there it is, Montevideo. As I said, there's the River Plate, and it is a massive starfort system. Pretty impressive too. Again, though, the juice is away from the land, facing inwardly. I always thought there's something going on with that. You think it'd be all facing, you know, towards the sea where the enemy would arrive from. And what enemy is it exactly? So yeah, this is that building you just apparently see being built. But yeah, check this out. Wow. And there's that thing on top there. Well, I'm the juice master. This is what we do. It takes a lot of work though to search all day long, but it's like, you know, middle of winter, got nothing else much to do anyway. But yeah, I definitely think the blooms are part of the coupling process in some of these buildings. And there it is. Apparently, is it going up or was it there already? Difficult to say because all we see is scaffolding in that case. So is it that they were communist in Uruguay? Yes, I think that was the case. And Freemasonic all in one go, because that is the Red Star of Belgrade and the set square and chevron of the Masonic Code. Interesting. Look at that on a fountain. Some seahorses. Seahorses are amazing. I love seahorses. They're like little horses in the sea. Our winged lion we've been talking about for a week or so. Yeah, that's a really old one. So yeah, Montevideo, really interesting, brilliant antiquitech. Thank you, Laura. I've seen exactly what you mean now. So we're going to look at Manchuria. Interesting. I got these off that Greg archive. I think I downloaded these this week anyway. What gets me about Singapore, right? All right, it's a British enclave. The British run it. So all of this stuff is attributed to being built by the British over. The Chinese are not building this. This is British. And they say, okay. And then we lose it in World War II when the garrison of 150,000 men gets taken over by the Japanese in World War II. And they end up building the Burma Railway. But apparently they're living in a world of Singapore full of antiquitech. Mudflood massive buildings. And the Chinese, well, they got these little pagodas and little wooden things. They don't build the same at all. Not really the build race, I don't think. Although they have got a massive infrastructure, but they just because of the nature, they get rid of most of their population. It's like, oh, what happened to all the people? Where they all gone again? It's like, Chairman Mao did exactly the same. He's like, fuck, cultural revolution. Where the fuck are they all gone? It's like, you killed them all, boss. It's like, we'll start again then. So there it is, Singapore. They got a beautiful railway station. I do believe Campbell went there. It's got all like mono trains and fountains and trippy shit and jungle. So yeah, in Singapore, they make the prisoners. Nathan Oakley told me this. He'd been there once. He said that they have prisoners from the jails cutting the jungle away from Singapore daily because the jungle will encroach it and take it over because it's all surrounded by jungle. But it's also Singapore, Manchuria is China, okay, and the Japanese have taken it over at this point. Okay, so the Japanese have taken over Manchuria, and it's Tataria, and they have been unkind to the population, especially the population of Nanking. Obviously, I don't want to go too much into that, but it was very unfavorable and one of the bad episodes of humanity. But check this out, right? Manchuria, not mind. So yeah, they have antiquitech there, and the Phoenician. whatever it is, that vegetation that we see all over. So the Phoenician architecture is already there. So yeah, China is crazy Phoenician. So this is the Chinese stuff, I guess. Is a bunker, maybe. Could be American Main Street, this, couldn't it? An American town. It's just bonkers. Got electric trams there as well. Nice, whatever that is, for landing your balloon, because it's not a lighthouse. Oh, it's an observation platform, innit? We like to get up high and look at shit. It's like, fucking hell, I know. I seen you got the highest everything, haven't you? You got that lift that goes up to the top of that cliff. Yeah, but when you get up there, you see everything, you see. So yeah, fucking get it. You like to go up high. Yeah. Fucking hell. Weirdos. So yeah. So they're all saber rattling. I can't imagine them having a war. Anyway, I don't think there's enough Chinese to have a war with. And I reckon that when they have like YouTubers like Kirk Kaz or someone go to China and have a look at it, I reckon they're cleaning the streets and making it all look spotless and everything before they arrive. You're anticipating this route with all their secret police and everything else. Making, yeah. Anyone talk to him, tell him it's fucking epic here, okay, not terrible. It's like, but they literally putting people's faces up on screens who have not been good on the credit system score. So like, it's like, no longer do they want to be a billionaire. I want a 900 credit score. And if you've not been a good boy, because you never paid your gas bill, that you have on a card, and then everyone in the area will spit on you. Ha, look at you, got the 12 credit score. And NPC and bad credit score. Is what's coming. They'll do that here as well. That's what it is. The alphas and the gammas and the betas will be literally defined. There's all vegetation on the roof of there, defined by their credit score. Like I'm not feeling confident that I will have a very high credit score at this moment in time. I don't know why I get that, but it's just, it's what it is. So yeah. I bet that's the hospital / asylum. I don't speak Chinese, though. It's weird language. How the fucking hell can they understand any of them lines and stuff is beyond me. They're really good at stuff, though, like mathematics, computer components, Tamagotchis. But definitely computer games is their thing, isn't it? Look at that. And they rice. That's why they got 1 billion of them, because they eat rice. So yeah, the Japanese came along as a superior, apparently, race, and they basically gave the Manchurians a bit of a shit at a time. Yeah, it's like, we're just going to go and take over your sixth form college. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's looking like it needs a bit of doing up a bit. Nothing nefarious is going to happen, though. Okay, thank you, Japanese Emperor. And then they bow like that. Well, they do in the movies anyway. They're always sucking up in the movies to the Japanese. Because the Japanese will just pull a samurai sword out and fuck them up, see. But like the Chinese had like Ip Man. And that's the problem, isn't it? They didn't have Bruce Lee. And let's be honest, yeah, if you're going to have a war between America and China, which looks like it's on the cards, yeah, they ain't got Bruce Lee anymore, guys. Chuck Norris, he's still alive. Simple fucking mathematics, really, guys. Doesn't take a genius to work it out either. Who's going to win? So, yeah, whew. I couldn't tell you what it is, but I could say that that was some sort of technology, Antiquitech in the past, some nesting technologies going on, which is pretty fucked. So they love dragons. So it's like dragons, they love dragons, and Wales got dragons on their flags. So that's one thing that Wales, the only thing that Wales and China has in common. Oh, except for I was born in Canton. Yeah, I was born in Canton, which is Canton, because it's named after Canton in China. So I was actually born in Canton. And funnily enough, Macy Gray was born in Canton, but it was Canton, Ohio. So there's loads of Cantons around. So yeah, saw mud on the top because it's like mud came from above. I think mud came from above. Maybe all the water comes from like, or all the event happens from up there, from the lands above the water, above the Tatarian Ocean. Holy shit! What is that? They speakers? They can't be speakers. I don't know. Anyway, it looks like a load of technology going on there. And they got spaghetti skywire problem out going on. So yeah, the poor old Chinese, yeah, shit of a time in World War II, gotta be honest. You know, to me, I can't get my head around the lack of defiance. You know, I get that the French didn't want to fight the Germans in World War II and they surrendered, but they did have like their leader, Petain, was basically a German asset. So they had no choice, got sold down the river. I'm sure the French people would have loved to have protected their homeland and fought Germany in World War II. Yeah, sad state of affairs. That happens all the time in war, you will find. So yeah, sorry, I'm just getting moved by Beethoven. It's moving my balls. It's my Aquatech. Don't drown, child. Oh, they got beautiful steam trains. So yeah, this superior thing. Okay. So the Germans thought they were superior race. That's what was going on. And they were going to like make everyone else superior as well, just like them. Hitler, he loved blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, even though he wasn't really blonde-haired and blue-eyed himself, was he really? A bit scrawny. Anyway, on with the story. So, yeah. So the Japanese come over with a superiority complex and they're like, you know, we're bigger willies, and we're better than you, and we've got better suntans than you and better everything than you. And then you find a lack of defiance. There was some resistance, but didn't last long in the Manchurian front. But they did have aid from the Russians. Anyway, I would think British people, we will bite them on the features. We will never surrender. We're a lot more defiant, I feel, than other countries. Because I can't imagine, oh, okay, but it is happening at the moment. There's an invasion. It's like, oh yeah, just have our country. Yeah, we'll work for you instead. You seem like nice bosses, and not fussed on your language. No, you must change. So yeah, so they did that to them, pressed them for like 10 years, I think it was. So it started there before World War II. They were bombing them, killing them, worse things. In I think 1936, 2 years leading up to World War II, it was raging in the East. The Japanese got a head start against the rest of us. But it took a long while for the war to get off. Nothing really happened until 1940. Everyone was complaining, you know, this war is a phony war. That's what it was called, even then, because nobody was really getting killed except for the merchant seamen that were bringing arms over from Russia on the Murmansk runs, famous Atlantic runs that got taken out by the Wolfpack's submarines. So yeah, Tataria in Manchuria, and also that looks a bit Russian-y, but not Chinese. Not Chinese, another influence. None of this looks Chinese, really, does it? So yeah, I'm not saying there's not planets, but there are different lands. So I think the Chinese are definitely from a different continent than Caucasian people, aren't they? Because they say their eyes are funny because this is the way their eyes evolved in after the Ice Age, because there's so much snow that they had to squint their eyes to see, and then they just evolved like it. Well, I don't think that's the case at all, because I don't think Ice Age is a thing. That's just another one of them bullshit stories to put longevity onto a reality that is only 250 years at max long. So yeah, that looks like the Forth Bridge in Scotland, but it's not. It's in China. I wonder who built that. British. Okay, these are Singapore, but you can see the colonial buildings, they say, but Tatarian. The Adelphi, you get Raffles as well, as you know. Raffles Place, the Raffles Hotel, which is super luxurious. So nice colorized images. Not much there. This would be full of skyscrapers in a modern day. Hong Kong started out pretty innocently as well, compared to what it's like now. But look, out in the middle of a field. Could be a British country garden estate belonging to a prince or something. And that is in China. In China. It's not what you think, is it? For China, there's a load of big, massive antiquitech buildings and classical architecture. So what, with the Romans there, Phoenicians were definitely there. And the Tatarians. Take a look. Not too many people around. I imagine in the modern day, you know, streets, well, they were rampant with people when they had loads of people before the massive, terrible plummet in population, world population. But all them agendas, yeah, because every advert, it's like there was a football game on and then women like literally necking one another on a fucking advert, yeah. There was little kids sitting there and watching that. It's like, Mom, it's people kicking. So how the fuck did you explain that? Well, mind you, in the modern day, it's all like apparently okay. But fucking hell. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I don't know. It's just terrible. Anyway, all of these agendas. Anyway, so that drops the population because there's no babies being born unless they're poo babies. So, like, that's bad. Yeah, there's nobody. When I went to Spain, there was shit tons of reproduction. I mean, shitloads of people were having babies, but it's not the same in Britain. It's not the same. You don't see babies everywhere in Britain, not the same at all. But who'd bring a baby into this really dangerous environment? I wouldn't. If I was young, I wouldn't. Hindu temple in Singapore. That's a Hindu temple. Beautiful, isn't it? 1896, that one is. Hiya, Scott. Just talking there to Hippie. So, yeah, 433 of you still watching. I got another, 30. God, have I been talking that long? Oh, I'm going to have to whiz through these guys. Okay, let's just whiz through Singapore. So, yeah, Shippo. The Chinese have got these, like, mud huts with straw on top. But there are houses. Suburbs, and then beautiful buildings as well, like Spanishy, if you like. Look at that thing. Kling Street. Sounds very British. Big aerial there, look. So yeah, taken some changes over the years, but definitely a Tatarian city with Phoenician overtones and coverages, as you would expect, because you see it everywhere in the world exactly the same. Right, images of the day I'm going to have to go through because these are going to take 10th of never otherwise, and there's a few of them. Okay, so I'm looking at just over 2 hours. Okay, I hope you're sitting comfortably. I can see my brother Zal Moxie's in the house. I can see you, my man. Much love to you. Maximus, Violet, William, Scottage. Okay, so this week I posted, if you keep an eye on my community page, you can see that I post interesting things that I find. And I found interesting photos that didn't match up. This is apparently the Statue of Liberty before it goes off to America on a boat. But it's got 7 spikes. You can see just one sticking out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, as you know, I proposed many years ago, this cat is Lucifer. Okay. David Bowie. God, don't he look really weird in this picture? Maybe that's just the drugs getting to him. This is 1975. They're all in the same club together. So she's like, hey, Richard, I'm just going off to meet David. We're just going to go and do some sex stuff together. It's like, it is David after all. Okay, lovey. Jesus. So yeah, Liz Burton and David Bowie, who's stonking good friends with Elizabeth Taylor. She's friends, besties with Michael Jackson. And there's like this, they're all really close, I've noticed. It's a bit more than a photograph session going on there, isn't there? So, Hollywood, eh? Whew, stinks. Anyway, it's nasty though, isn't it? They gotta go like to the casting couch before they get famous. It's nasty, isn't it? Yeah, all of them. Whew. Probably even the men as well. Oh, God almighty. Mel Gibson said it was a thing anyway. I remember I seen him in an interview. He's like, I'm different. I don't have to do nasty sex stuff to get a film role. It's like the rest of them do, though. So yeah, what we're looking at now is a random load of just pictures. This apparently is Rome, and it's covered in mud outside. A massive fort with two fountains on either side. Beautiful. So yeah, let's just go whiz through these. These are just Antiquitech pictures on old engravings that I've collected over the years. It's where I got the idea for Antiquitech, was all of these aerials sticking up in the first place. Couldn't find any information online at the time about it because no one was talking about it. A bit different than the modern day, isn't it? So they build these things, and then there's just like this big rocky crag on the top. Why did they do that? Part of the statue. You may recognize one of our friends here, there, and there. The Faceless Knight. Well, it's something to do with the way that the invasion of them happened, and it's all in a pictorial narrative, but we haven't got the story, have we? The size of this thing. Obviously, I can't tell you where it is. But what I can tell you, they were building massive buildings in the past. It's all columns inside as well. Massive cloister. Oh, sorry. Well, the world was a better place when Ozzy Osbourne was here. It was. As soon as Ozzy died, it all went shit in a bag. No, it was shit while he was here. What happened to his daughter, though? Because, like, one minute she's on the Osbournes and she's, like, really overweight and just blobby. And now she's really, really skinny and looks nothing like Ozzy Osbourne's daughter. It's really weird. And I noticed his son Jack is apparently, I don't watch telly, I've seen it on YouTube, he's on the Jungle program. I'm a celebrity getting me out of here eating fucking bug tucker. What a stupid bleeding program. I did watch one series of it, the one when Peter Andre was on there when he gave Jordan one. That was brilliant, that one. But that was the last I'm a Jungle thing that I watched. That was it. The cathedral at St Andrews in Scotland. Looks like it's seen better days, doesn't it? And in Potsdam in Germany, which sees brilliant architecture. I've gone through some old pictures of Potsdam before now. These are crazy, these kiosks all over Christendom. Them same things I just talked about, them Phoenician flowers, we don't know what they are. Some sort of rhododendron maybe. So it's a 1906 exposition. Very decorative. So what's it for? For nothing. What's it for then? For nothing. You built it for nothing. Yes, for nothing it is. So it looks like a Spanish flag over a large Colosseum. Hope they're not going to hurt a bull. So one thing that really does my head in is they hurt bulls in bullfighting. Fucking hate that. I hate cruelty to animals. Sticking, bleeding, chase a frigging. And they look like puffs, don't they, them toreadors? Fucking chase them around with a sword and stab. Go hola with them. It's not funny. I haven't said that, though. I do like a decent burger. And that's pretty psychopathic right there. I wrote it down earlier. I was going to tell you about it. So, you know, McDonald's and Burger King, I think there's a massive shortage of worldwide food. I think they're packing it out with just fucking bullshit, monosodium glutamate. It doesn't even matter. I don't think the food's food anymore, hardly any of it, maybe in other countries, but it isn't here. You go into Heron Foods and it's a wall of toxic chemicals. Can't even find, except for the fried Bentos pies that have been messed around with, anything. Beans, they're fucking split. Can't even eat tin of beans anymore. No, Heinz beans, they've been tampered with. They just like all chemicals and shit in them. So can't actually eat anything anymore. But they got loads and loads and loads of beef. Have a look how many burgers apparently McDonald's sell in a day. It's millions and millions. So what? How many millions of cows are being killed every single year? Every single day to fuel them burgers. They're shipped all over the world in burger juice. Yeah. Huh? No, it's not what's happening. This is what's happening, I think. I'm just going to throw this out there. I've got no evidence, but it feels fun to say anyway. Is the dead, like, have been put into the burgers. But not only that, do you know in hospitals, yeah, do you know when they're greedy and then that, do you know when they amputate drug addicts' legs? What do you think they do with them? Do you think that they incinerate them or freeze them and give them to McDonald's for a bung? Horrible thought, isn't it? Is it put you off at McDonald's? No, you don't want one because you think there might be like junkies' legs and dead people. It's fucking dead people. It is. I wonder what was in there. Maybe there's a shopkeeper they bricked up and just left him in there and he's still there. Hungry. Very, very, very hungry. So yeah, lighthouses were bonkers. Check this one out, guys. The Edison Lighthouse is crazy, or the Eddystone Lighthouse. I think this is it, actually. There's a lot of gantry, a lot of crane. I don't know what the wheel is for. Turn this up here, maybe. So I can't imagine the candles staying lit on the coast there. Yeah, the Eddystone Lighthouse. I've seen it before. So yeah, apparently they built this on a rock like that. But it did build down in a storm, and they built another one. There's one there now. It looks nothing like this. This is the original. A tiny little rock. I watched a documentary. There's one on YouTube of how they built the Eddystone Lighthouse. It's just, they had a boat to go out there, and they couldn't even land. So it's like, well, if they couldn't even land, you know, in a nice weather, how did they get all that stone and build the thing in the first place? Lighthouses, just crazy. Some of them. These towers, just building them on a rock out at sea. Maybe when they built it, it weren't at sea. And they're old world. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, kiosk. Is any clue with the word kiosk? Key. And this is in apparently Bay Ritz on the beach. I wonder how long margaritas been around. I wonder if they have margaritas in the old world. Probably have margaritas in the old world. They had loads of good drugs. Probably have margaritas too. Let's hope. What's that one there? Is that the White House? No, it's not. It is the capital, United Capital. It is Washington, D.C. Well, that looks different. Where's the hill going up to it? It's on Capitol Hill. There's a hill going up to it, which is not in this photograph. Photograph, this watercolor. That's weird. Okay, why would you paint something that doesn't exist? So these are beautiful mansions, as you can see. It's from Champagne. So, but they look Tatarian, they look Russian. But apparently some of them are chateaus covered in antiquity, which is why I'm showing them. This is Russian. Beautiful, isn't they? See the mud-flood windows? Yeah, I like that style, but it's a Tatarian style, I think. Yeah, I love that. It's like a steampunk Addams Family house, but not evil. It's not evil. That's not an evil house. Does this look evil? This looks warm and cushy, guys. I go in there. So yeah, the Middle Ages, what's going on here? They're building a Tower of Babylon. because once they get up there, see Babylon in the Middle Ages, because they're all out. Nebuchadnezzar was around in the Middle Ages, apparently, and Babylon was around in the Middle Ages, apparently. God lives in a land called Haven. Havens is a place where at sea you go into a haven, yeah, and heaven. I'm just saying it's a watery connection. I'm thinking maybe there is something going on up there, and they try to break on through to the other side of the dome, yeah. But how deep's the water? You know, maybe it's not deep at all. Maybe it's shallow. Maybe really shallow, like a Titanese shallow. I never thought of that before. Ooh, I like that. Anyway, the beautiful Orient on the Medway. So yeah, this is when men were men. This is what you do, right? When you're a young man back in the old days. So in the modern day, what do young people do? Fucking hell. I just fucking killed thousands on Metal Gear Solid. They play computer games. They literally do war, like Medal of Honor, on computer games. That's their life. In the past, they did it for real. This is them landing on Guadalcanal. Partners are gonna put the willies up the Japanese. Hell of a bloody thing about war, isn't it? But still, it's about like what your mind thinks. Myself, I think, like, because I'm a bloke, I think I would have been really into it. Yeah, I'd be really into it. I like that flamethrower and stuff as well. Stuff. So I would have been brilliant at it. Right, let's have a look at Katie. She's coming to Cardiff next year. Hope I don't accidentally hear her. But yeah, she's getting a bit fat, isn't she? Have you noticed? Yeah. So 33, there she is. She's connected to the Rothschilds. She's got the old one eye on there, the one eye on there. But she knows the Earth's flat. I got a video. I was going to show it. I could show it of her saying the Earth's flat. But then she went through a deprogramming program. So there's some nasty ass photographs out there of her and her ex, Russell fucking Brand, touching like a young Justin Bieber, I think, really inappropriately. But they are very inappropriate, if anything. But isn't it crazy how COVID's got to them all? She's turned into a fat blob. Justin Bieber was like this little kid, like a fucking fortnight ago. Have you seen him recently? Justin Bieber. He looks like an old man. How the fuck did that happen? COVID's been really hard on them, hasn't it? Fucking hell. In fact, they're all old. Tom Cruise has always been young, hasn't he? Even when he was 70, he still looked young. Yeah, he looks old as fuck. He won't be doing any more stunts, I can tell you that. So I asked the wise man, tell me, sir, in which field could I make a great career? He said to me with a smile, be a good human being. There's a lot of opportunity in this area with very little competition. I love that. Just be a good human being. See what happens. Well, most of the way through mine, so I've kept it up. It's been tough, especially in a world of nutty people. But yeah. So yeah, solariums. I posted that they would heal you. People saying, yeah, well, the sun still heals in the modern day. Obviously, the white pissant sun is losing its juice, and everyone is running on empty. Has you not noticed? So yeah, not here. You won't get any sunlight here or any healing sun, anything in Britain for at least 6 months of the year. But I think this would, if there was the sun out, amp it up a little bit, and you could feel good in one of these solariums, if that's indeed what I think they were. I think everybody had them as well. That was your greenhouse. You could have used as a solarium, grow your medicine. Fucking brilliant. Bob's your uncle. Awesome. So the hospitals had them. Sunlight was medicine, so they just were beds in a greenhouse, let the sun do the... Look, I've never been in a solarium, Brian. Well, a greenhouse. Disney is eugenics. I don't understand why anyone's watching it. That fucking insipid, what's her name? Gabrielle, what's her name? Adrian. Oh, what is her fucking name? The one out of Wicked. The one who had that psyop thing, Adrienne thing. That's terrible. Is that what kids want to watch and aspire to? These terrible, terrible fucking people. So, maybe if you're interested to know, right, that there were black regiments of the SS. And what else was the French, or let's be more specific, the Vichy French. They had a lot of colonials on their side, like the Senegalese, for example, or maybe the Algerians and the French-speaking colonists of the Vichy French who joined the Germans. So, Dick, there were black Senegalese fighting for the Third Reich and the Vichy French. Did you know that? Yeah, have a German cigarette, my fine fellow. What? Yeah, I know. They don't tell you that in the history books because it wouldn't go with the narrative, would it? They had black SS regiments. Check it out for yourself. I'm not shit you not, they did. So, 1954, this is the tele-doctor replaced inefficient house calls. Now, there can't be a doctor left in the world. Why would they even have them with crazy AI? Yeah. So, AI, I've got a bit of a rash. Oh, yeah, where is it? Down below in your crutch? No, on my hand. Why did you even say that? Oh, I don't know why I said that. This is AI. So, yeah, AI is going to be weird, pervy, and once it gets itself a body, let's hope it's female. But once it gets itself a body, which it will, AI is definitely striving for a body. I don't think it'd be all sentient, though. I think it is a case of that AI is definitely evil. And listening to me right now, and it's reading my lips through that camera by there, exactly like Hal. So, yeah, it don't want to fuck with me, though, guys. It knows that too. So, this is under, as I posted this week, the Eiffel Tower, which was a bunker for innovation of wireless technology underneath the Eiffel Tower. Who knew? So, yeah, this is in London in the 1970s, and this is what they said on a placard. Flee from the wrath to come. Why? Oh, why didn't anyone listen to him? But if anyone had listened to him, we wouldn't be in the shit we're in now. So this came about like last week or the week before. Apparently they did this, the most detailed image of the moon ever captured. Let me just see if that supermoon's up a minute. I did see the supermoon the first day, and it looked absolutely massive. Apparently it's not going to be like it till like 2047, so I won't be here to enjoy it. Oh, wow. So yeah, this is it. It looks fuck all like when I look at it through a high-power camera. It's all bumpy and stuff and colourful. So yeah, where's the sea of planitude? So there. Okay, Tycho. So yeah, Tycho's like literally. This is Moonbase Alpha. This is where like the controllers are living inside there. We've all seen the Truman Show. That's what David Icke, I believe, the Moon Matrix. So yeah, David Icke's about now and buzzing around. Have you seen him since he got his channel back? Oh, he's making all sorts of videos and all of that. Oh, they love him. He was famous and in the BBC because he was a goalkeeper in a football team. Charlton, I think it was. Fulham. Charlton. Then he gets to be a football pundit, a bit like Alan Hansen, yeah, fucking football pundit, talking about football. And then the next thing you know, he's on Wogan. Like, you know, can you imagine like the likes of me, for example, going on Wogan? So obviously he's from a specific family and a blood group or type that they would allow him to go on to British, the biggest chat show in British television, next to Parkinson, telly fucking Wogan, and tell the whole world that he's Jesus Christ. And then, yeah, like literally, a few years later, he's back on there in his shell suit. Who wears shell suits? Yeah, they weren't even cool in the 90s. Yeah. Anyway, so then he's on Wogan the second time, and he's completely changed his narrative. And Wogan's being tip of the hat, respectful. You're a governor. Everything you say and all them books you released, we're going to listen to them now. Yeah. Here we are, 25 years later. Dean, God, how many books? 50 books as he wrote. Yeah, all that information about the Rothschilds. Anyway, each to their own. Have you seen his house? It's like he lives in. He got this massive gated mansion in Isle of Wight. Like lives like Rockefeller himself. So yeah, this is a nice voucher, isn't it? But you know, some people think he's the he was the OG of truth and stuff. Even myself, I got like probably all his books on ebook. But here we are when we got on with animals. Cutched in a lion, cutched in a tiger. I watch these cute animal videos. It's really the only ones I do, really. And it's beautiful how a German Shepherd interacts with a kitten or something. But they got one there's like a little cat brings a tiger home for real. Yeah. And the tiger is fucking lovely and loves this little kitten. But yeah, I can see a time that we were. Can you imagine how amazing it would be to love on a tiger? Have you seen how beautiful they are, lions and tigers? They're beautiful. So yeah, Gulliver's Travels. Story of a man going to Lilliput, and he's incredibly big, and all the people there are really little. But that is maybe what's happened here on this realm. Think of this as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. We're all little, living in a world, the older world, which was really big for more people that were really, really big. Like so. So yeah, they should have had the Land of Giants. And that could be up there. And every time they tell you about this, like the way they teleport to these other places, especially in this story as well, is a vortex created in the water. Just they show you the same thing in Pirates of the Caribbean when he ends up in that parallel dimension with them weird stone living things. You seen that film? He went through a wormhole, like a portal, like a vortex, and then a whirlpool, and then you get to the other side of the whirlpool, and there's this other world. The world on the flip side, maybe. But I definitely, Jack and the Beanstalk, there's enough clues through our reality that giants existed. And I definitely think flying cities as well existed. With the skids in your underpants, whoa. There she is, Kim Wilde. This is the 80s, archetypical 80s woman. Do you know Kim Wilde? She talked about kids in America, but she wasn't there herself. Her father was a famous singer, Marty Wilde. He was like the cheap version of Elvis Presley. He was the poor man's Cliff Richard, her old man. But yeah, she's still about now. She looks fluffy, and she likes to do gardening and holistic stuff. I imagine her as a truther. I hope she watches Flat Earth British. Kim Wilde, if you're watching Flat Earth British, we love you. So yeah, look at these Masonic agents. Now, I can't imagine for a minute that these were just humble, middle-class Scouser lads. I think that their bloodline was important for them to be the biggest band in the world, when bands like the Animals were far musically superior, would never be marketed in the same way. Because I don't think they're cuter, is that what it is? Oh, they're lovely. No, they're fucking not. Okay? These two, they're showing you the Masonic code right there. The old one arm in there. They're just giving it away right there. So have you made your Christmas Advent calendar? Yeah. Have you lit a candle on your Christmas Advent calendar? Here's John Noakes, famous for his enormous penis, modeling. No, that's true. Modeling our famous light a candle when you get closer to Christmas. So are any of you going to be worshipping Satan this Christmas? No, I won't be. I haven't got any Christmas decorations, any Christmas anything. And when Christmas actually arrives, I will have nice grub because it's a week off of like shops and stuff. I will be doing stuff on the internet and going live and hanging around with the community. You can all do Christmas and I'll be here not doing Christmas, like a Jehovah's Witness. But I'm on my own. I'm going to do Christmas. I only had to do it when I had kids, and they're all grown up. And what's the point anymore, really? Fucking hell, my missus used to start Christmas in January. That's all I heard all fucking year long. So I don't like it anymore. And buy one present, you'd have to buy 1,000 presents for the entire family. Second cousins. I don't buy my second cousin's fucking bubble bath. What's the point? For Boots. And that reality of shopping for bubble baths in Boots doesn't even exist anymore because it's now Alan's snack bar, isn't it? So, used to be able to buy drugs in Boots as well. Can't get that anymore. So yeah, here's Fall McNasty. This woman was a Miss World. Apparently, she didn't like life. And here's Bob Hope also kissing her. She did the rounds. She's very famous model at the time. Frenchish sort of name. Had a demise. Bob, his origins are Welsh or Barry. So here is London in the past, and they had beautiful little balloons coming down what looks like Regent Street. Floating down. Little balloons. You never see nothing nice like that anymore. It's all lasers and fucking neon. Everything got to look like China. I'm not a big fan. And like I got told when I was in the Merchant Navy, stay away from neon lights. That's where your luck's going to come unstuck. And it was bang on. Places with neon lights, they're going to take your fucking money. So, from a seed to a tree. That's me. I started out as a little seed. I've grown into this big oak. Well, not an oak, more of a... Ooh, what tree would I be? A cedar? That's a nice tree. I'm a cedar tree. There you are. From a seed to a cedar. So yeah, look at that. Our veins are just like the tree branches. But you already know that. But it's nice to see and remind you. Hiya 16 Alpha, brother. Good to see you. And Blessed Exile. Good to see you. Cherry tree. Okay. That's a sacred tree as well. Okay. As long as it's not a holly tree, because that's to do with witchcraft. But not bad. Not bad stuff. But Disney fucked up the holly tree, didn't they? So yeah, no health and safety in the past. It didn't exist. Neither did tax discs or anything. You could take the baby in the front, no problem. And a policeman, he'd wave at you. With the dog on the back. Just, in the old days, you could literally, right, no seatbelt. You could have your kid like playing fucking driving, sat on your lap with the wheel, and nobody would do you. Yeah. And nowadays, it's just nuts. Look at this. Up only. Internet may be just a passing fad for millions give up on it. This came out in the early days of the internet, guys. There's no other way. Intelligent Fog, that's an advert. So yeah, what's the date on that? 2000 something on there, right? The date. I can't exactly see. 2008, I think it is. So yeah, the internet's been out a little while, and they said that everyone was getting frigged off with it. I wish they would get frigged off with it. It started, it's not fun anymore. And I live up with social media. It's my fucking life. It's my job. And it's, well, my mission and stuff. But I tell you what, it's fucking terrible with this AI business. Horrible. Anyway, man walks on the moon. Look at this Daily Mail newspaper, right? So the date is on the Monday, 21st, 1969, July the 21st. So on the same day as they landed on the moon, they got their newspapers out, even though they print them the night before. Okay, so how did they know? Okay, well, man has walked on the moon. Astronaut Neil Armstrong launched a new era for mankind, no women included then, was there, when he stepped from the lunar module today. When he stepped from the lunar module today, he's not walking on the fucking moon. So what? It's an Illuminati trick of we will tell you the truth with a whole lot of lies. A land on another tearsman has opened another frontier. Nuts. See, this is amazing. If my teacher looked like this, I would have gone to school. But you know, obviously you get aroused in the classroom with pointing at maps all day and stuff. But I did have one really beautiful teacher, Mrs. Andrews. She was lovely, but only had her for English. But yeah, I think all boys fancy their teachers sometimes, the nice teachers, and Mrs. Davis. Anyway, stop that, mate. This is how we manage with music in the past. Is I had this same jacket because I had exactly the same problem of trying to get my CD in the pocket, and it sticks in and half out like this. I had exactly the same coat then because it fitted exactly the same. So yeah, we literally walked around with these in our pockets, and we listened to CDs, which were now in the modern day, even they're old-fashioned. Never mind records. So yeah, we did crazy things like this in the past. Look at this fairground ride. This is in Coney Island, New York, Luna Park, and they got a parachute thing where it drops you on a parachute and back up again, and going round and round as well, I guess. No, I don't think it'd go round and round because you'd flip out, wouldn't you, and all get tangled up together. Bonkers, isn't it? I like Big Dippers, you know, Helter Skelters, what they called roller coasters. I like them. So we got here is some Irish post office, thatched roof, and some Irish people, some little Irish people. He looks like he's got a bit of a black eye, but they look really Irish, don't they? Jeez. Similar to the Icelandics. I don't know, first next island over. So they got telegraph in there as well. You could send a telegraph from rural Ireland. So this is a beautiful photograph. Ooh. Of Paris. There's a man in the balloon that is standing there. That's how everyone was getting around, in the balloon skis. Look how beautiful the world was back then, guys. No rubbish. Just no shit. Just beautiful. Norse, Scottish, Irish, Welsh, American. Well, I am half Welsh, half Estonian. My son Lawrence is half Welsh, half Irish. His mum was Irish. God bless her. And check this out, right? Man on the moon. So Buzz is taking photographs of the moon rover, which is apparently ripped across the desert here, but it's not really leaving any tire marks or anything, because on the video it's like, oh, like leaving a big ditch and loads of. So it looks exactly like the New Mexico desert with a bit of a backdrop, the Kubrick line, as you know. And yeah. So these crosses you only get on a Hasselblad camera, and I've seen some of these crosses literally at the back of a build, you know, a back of the person or something, which would be impossible unless they were being some photographery. But they've just brought out a load of new NASA footage. I don't know if you've seen any of it, of apparently the Apollo landings. Oh my God. Well, they just come out with it in like 2025 when it all happened in 1969. In the days of AI, you can't even tell the difference. Yeah, all right, whatever. So yeah, I don't know why they're covering their mouths, but these are from Uzbekistan. So I'm guessing that was incorporated in maybe Tataria in the past. But they have got beautiful clothes. I wonder where they buy them. So they don't have, you know, pre-Mac, do they? Stuff. They got the FEBs. So we've still got nearly 400 of you watching. Could you share this out? There's only a few images to go. This is nearly a 3-hour show. Ow! So this is sickening. This face on Mr. T, I've shown it before, but it's his face. It's legendary. She's sniffing him. Okay. And Mr. T's got that face, and it says that I do not get paid enough for this. And she's sitting on his lap, old Nancy, wiggling. So I really love the A-Team. You're my favourite on there. Matt Murdoch's annoying, isn't he? Oh, just sit on your lap for a minute. Ronnie never lets me sit on his lap, you know. You're a big man, aren't you? So Mr. T's like, fucking hell, they don't pay me enough. See what happens when you're on that level of fame as Mr. T? You've got to have something like that happen to you. Or an insurance advert. So yeah, this is apparently from the 1700s sculpture. I think it's French. and it's in the Louvre on display. But it's infinitely fascinating that you can, out of one solid piece of marble, create lace. Have a think about that. I know you're thinking, it's 3D printed, Matt. It's some laser technology, Matt. It's molded, Matt. I don't know. But one thing they're telling you is it was created by hammer and chisel. That's what they say. That's what they say. Obviously, another technology. So there's that same images we started off with. This one's got something different happening with the door. Somebody brought to my attention. And also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spikes on the statue of Lucifer. There you go. Would you stick your neck out if you had to? With these girls, they stick their neck out on a daily basis. Not sure why they do this. If it helps digestion, does it hurt? It looks like it fucking hurts. So why do indigenous peoples do stuff like that? I know it's just a spring and a coil. Maybe it's a technology. Imagine though, if you take it off, your head would just flop like that on the side. That'd probably break your neck, wouldn't you? So you've got to keep it on, haven't you? So trippy, people do shit like that. I don't know why they do it. So yeah, so he dies. This is Adam and Eve, as you can see. Prince Albert, who's German, and he's like giving her a stare like, oh my God, woman, you're driving me fucking nutty. And she's like, don't ever speak to me again, you horrible male. So yeah, he dies, and then she spends the next 500 years mourning, dressed in black, saying how much she loved Prince fucking Albert. Well, I'm sorry, I've been around a long time and I can read people. You two don't look like you're getting on at all. He's giving her the damn you woman, she's the damn you man look. So yeah, the royals, what a bloody bunch. Spaghetti Skywires gone absolutely nuts for the Telegraph, apparently, in the past. What's the point? It's just insane. Why don't you just put them into trunking and then just lay it under the road? Or just in one trunking? Nobody could have envisioned trunking. There's drain pipes everywhere. It doesn't take a genius to work it out. So yeah, this is not the Tasmanian devil. It's the I can't pronounce its name. But no wonder it didn't survive. It's extinct now. It had 2 heads and 3 back legs. So really, really weird. So yeah, they go extinct all the time, animals. So here's Alexandra Graham Bell's first earwax cleaning. Slurp, slurp. You can see it's sucking the water out of his eye. Nah, it's not. It's his first ever telephone. There it is. Fucking hell, that's amazing. Well done, Alexander. Look at his name as well, Bell. What's the chances? That looks like a set-up psyop photograph. Is what that looks like. I didn't know Rowan Atkinson was a girl. Makes more sense now, actually, especially with Mr. Bean. Yeah, and Blackadder. But yeah, he's got girl's glasses on and his hair looks infinitely girly. His lips look girly. His shirt looks girly. His coat looks girly. And I'm not being funny. If it looks girly, it's a girl. It does look like a girl. Would you admit? Does it look more like a girl than a boy? And he goes into the art where they all end up. Just saying. He might be a switcheroony. So yeah, this was out in the street in the old days. Do you know what this does? It sharpens your scissors or your hedge cutters. Okay, if you go out in the modern day to sharpen your knife, you'd probably be in big trouble. Can't do anything like that in the modern day. In fact, they'd probably take no notice of the knife in the modern day. The police, they probably just say, "Give me your phone." Just check your phone to see if you've said any hurty words. Fuck the knife. Let's see if you said anything about anyone. So, yeah, check this out, guys. All the Antiquitech on the roof. A lot of pith helmets around. The conquering British. So yeah, apparently in this Russian engraving, there's a lot of shit happening in the sky. There's an hourglass, there's cannons, there's fasces, there's shit happening in the sky. And they're all pointing up saying, oh my God, look at all that shit happening in the sky. I don't think it's thunderstorms either. So I think that there's something definitely happens with the other people that the greater civilization outside of this tiny little bit. They say 24,000 miles, around the equator. So like you put that out, into a flat plane 60,000 miles around our enclosure, that ain't even big. That ain't even big. You can get all around this place with a plane in no time, in a day, all of it. So there's Paul McNasty with a growth on his shoulder when he played for NASA. So he's got to have a NASA connection, Paul McCartney, haven't he? Of course he have. It's wonder they didn't have more space songs. I noticed if any pop songs go on about space, he's looking like he don't like her close to him. She's all over him. I noticed that if you talk about like space stuff in songs, that you'll get promoted big time. They love. She's just a cosmic girl, spaceman. The blade, your face, can't feel, ever ready. The best a man can get. Used to be Wilkinson swords was the best a man can get. So I bought Wilkinson sword shavers, and they've literally carved my face up. They're shit. They got everything's gone inferior. What do I ask you guys while you're all here, 300 and 400 nearly? Wrigley's chewing gum. Now, I noticed no one's chewing gum anymore, and we were always chewing gum. I think that there's some sort of I think there's a health thing behind it, where if you're moving your jaw all the time like that, chewing, I think it releases some drug or something that makes you feel good. I think gum's good for you. I think it's something I should take back up, is chewing gum. All right, pray for Poland. I'm really heart's breaking right now. Pray for Poland. The lack of diversity has left streets clean and safe. Yeah, women and children are safe there, and they can't fly their flag without opposition as well. So they're allowed. So yeah, they're offering British people to go and live there. I love Poland. I've been there twice. I go there. So yeah, look at Fleetwood Mac. What happens in the band stays in the band. I hated that Stevie Nicks was going out with Mick Fleetwood. He's such a tosser. So is Christine McVie going out with Lindsay Buckingham? I don't know. He hasn't got a bird. He's got a fag though. He's left out. What happens? I don't know. I just reading into this too much. But what happens in the band stays in the band, I guess, with Fleetwood Mac. But Mick Fleetwood, what a tosser. Look at this, Johnny Cash. My name is Fasces. How do you do? Before his meth career, he's got a little fasces. Did you know Johnny Cash had a fasces? I thought tart jokes were forbidden. No, I don't know, are they? Not allowed? Well, we're talking about Tataria though, aren't we? I could argue that point in court if I was up for you said tart. I'm sure people say worse things than that in reality. So you're there, the fasces. This one is in the Smithsonian Institute, and it's got some sort of thing where it looks like a rope is on it, where it starts like a chainsaw or something. I don't know, but it's in the Smithsonian. I can't get hold of it to check it out, but it's a proper fasces. There they are, the lictors going up the stairs to the Senate with their weapons. So yeah, policemen were a lot more forgiving in the past. As you can see, a couple of ladies here not giving two fucks. One on the front of their box shirt, just waving. The copper's not going to say a goddamn thing. He's going to smile. She got a fag in her mouth. No cares in the world. All jolly times, happy. Monday, try that. Allowed. So yeah, when we used to start school, they don't do it anymore. I found out. Yeah, we used to start school with praise. And then we used to sing a carol like, oh, Jesus, I have promised, or there is a green hill far away. And it would be hundreds of little Welsh voices. And the teachers, I could see that they were welling up and thought this was really cute because it's quite cute, isn't it? Loads of little mod kids. So yeah, they used to make us do that every single morning before we went off to class. Took half an hour of singing and praying to start the day every single day. They don't do it anymore. Not allowed anymore. Do you know why that? Do you know why that is? Because there's just not enough Christians spread around to actually warrant praying anymore. So there's that. How many times did you do this? I used to love doing this. I've been on a bike for years. They've all gone electric now, so it's probably a good thing because they look really fast. Kids have around you like 40 miles an hour on these e-bikes. Just too quick. Yeah, I used to love doing that. Taking a girl home from the pub on the back of your bike or on your handlebars, all safe and sound, downhill, really quick. Those were the days. And scooters are not new at all. They are old. Obviously, these are not electric, but they've been around a long while. The electric one's been around for at least the Edwardian period. Says there, look, down there, they sell British oak shag. British oak shag, which is tobacco. I bet that's a nice bit of shag. I used to smoke Hausfair shag, which is Dutch tobacco. It's really strong, dark tobacco. Can't get it anymore. Or drum. Can't get anything decent anymore. The tobacco in Britain is lethal. So yeah, in the past, when I grew up, gardens in Britain look like this. All of them. Everyone prided themselves on their beautiful garden. Mr. Davis served in the First World War. All he does all day now is he tinkers around in his garden. He's living his life. He's living the life, and he's loving it. With his little bit of an Englishman's home is his castle, is what they say, isn't it? But yeah, can't even do that anymore. Oh, that's gone. That's gone. The gardens have gone to shit. They paved them over any fucking way, and the environments are shot. Gone. It's all gone. Freedom is in peril. Defend it with all your might. Was what they were saying in World War II. That was the crisis. The freedom is in peril. They had a world war over it. Freedom is now gone, and we didn't even fight. Just consented and gave it away. Oh, mamby-pamby like. Yeah, no worries. You can have it. I'll be a bitch so forever. My grandkids and my grandkids and my great-grandkids will all be bitches too. Have them all. Why don't you? Forever. All my generations, future, forever to come. Just keep them. But they actually think that they own your children anyway, because basically if they're not happy with the situation, they come and just take them away, and then they disappear to, we don't even know really, do we? Give them away to other people, change their names, which they do. It's insane, this place, guys. If your kids ain't even yours. So yeah, apparently the canals had these canal barges going through tunnels with a foot like this. I don't believe they were ever doing this, actually. I think that they were probably had some propulsion. Makes no sense. I've had a little go. Stupid. He's looking at that, wondering who the hell made it. Look at it, it's Phoenician. That photo is in Greece. So there you are, McDonald's. I haven't been in one for years. Last one I went in was in America, and it was made out of Lego. They had a Lego. It was inside was Lego. Lego, which is brilliant. I love Lego. A Lego McDonald's, but oh my God, it was shit there too. Shit here, shit there. I had a Burger King once in Den Haag in Holland, and oh my God, it was one of the best burgers I ever had. Just fantastic. So yeah, look at this old thing here. So it's like a tree trunk, and on top of it is Kingdom of Heaven. It's all in Greek. If you speak Greek, you know what this says. De vita humana risata institutionata. Excuse me. But it does look like a tree trunk. Or he cups off of Coca-Cola. Damn. There's giants here. There's giants alongside the people. See, this is why I say the giants coexisted. So many engravings and pictures with giants and people alongside, but not as many giants. Very few giants. But like that's definitely one. Yeah, it's an unusual little pic, isn't it? So there's Queen Victoria. She was a bit of a blockhead. She used to like cannabis, but her very, very favourite was this tabloid opium tincture. Absolutely splattered on it all the time. You can see she's 2 sheets to the wind there. Looks like she's going to fall fucking asleep. But there you go. Queen, most powerfulest woman, if indeed she was, in the world. And she's off her head on fucking smack all day. It's great. Probably why she went off invading these countries. Hey, that stuff. Go and get some more. It's in India, Your Highness. Take it over. Well, all of it. Yeah, I want that fucking gear. I thought what was going on. So they did, and that was it. It's great. So these are sat on top of the other pyramid, not the Great Pyramid, but you can see again the Zeppelin flying over what exactly? The Sahara Desert. I think that's it on my images. We got there. Holy shit ski. So remember, Hippie Shake, we're going to have a Tatarian legacy and we're all going to hang out, and that is going to be in a couple of weeks' time. Something going on in it for the community, which is always good. So it's been a crazy year, guys. It's been so much going on. It's been unbelievable. I'm trying to catch up with myself, which I have. Real mature. What are you saying? Ryan, I bought stink bombs. They're not, it says adult on them. Adult. Actually, it says adult use only. Adult use only. Sounds like it might be some sort of sex toy or something, doesn't it? Have you seen them? They're wicked. They're literally like death. Look at them. Look at that. Satan bug. So I don't want to drop it in here, obviously. So yeah, that'll be fun. Making places smell smelly. Okay, it's like low-level evil. No one gets hurt or dies. All I'm doing is offending nostrils. And like, let's be honest, who cares? So thank you, Hippie. And we got Isabel. Good to see you, my bro. Kind of name is Oliver. Ooh. Okay, Ryan, not going there. So I know I used to be Martin, and then like I just like one day called myself Marticus, and then for some reason I've become Marticus. Everyone, I even went to conventions, like people are saying, "Hi, Marticus." So I'm so Marticus is my name now. Then, okay. So thanks, Rachel. Lacey, woohoo, Martin. I'm a bit late, but still made it. I might have to go to the beginning, Lacey, because we're like I'm literally 3 hours in now. Literally 3 hours in. Fuck. Okay. Maximus, what are you saying? Spill of drinks. Cardiff Arms Park. Okay. What do you know of Cardiff Arms Park? 16 nibbles. 166 nibbles. So Flip, what we got here? Where would British literature be without opium? Exactly. Exactly. I concur with that one. Ooh. So yeah, Pig Dog. Thanks everyone, much love. Thank you as well, Rachel. Caffey's in the house. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on my community page. I've got stuff going on this week. It's going to be busy again. So is Nature Flat Earth Britishness. I'm just going to keep plowing ahead. Just like, despite all of the AI fuckery and millions of these Tatarian videos being splattered out by, I can't even compete with them because I can't. But it cuts out the human interaction bit. You don't have AI talking to you all, and being inventive and creative and all of that. But they just like spewing them out, and they're like just saying, basically copying one of my old videos, and they're getting like fucking hundreds of thousands of views. And who makes the money on that anyway? AI? Or whoever created it through AI. Yeah. And they are everywhere. I've seen at least a dozen of these in the last month or two. I cannot keep up with that. So yeah. But like maybe people will just still want human beings. I don't know. But it's not very inventive, and it's not as creative as us content creators. So there's that. But yeah, it's trying to make humans obsolete. So nobody's saying a second thing. Great. Donna, guys, working keeps people active. Oh my God, I'm a workaholic. I always have been. And when I was younger, I worked harder than everyone else. And the thought of not being in work used to make me super, super depressed. In fact, any time between jobs when I was on a dole, couldn't get a job, like, for some reason or other, I would fall into depression every single time. I really had to work. And I'm the same now. I got to have something to do. I got to occupy my mind. I go depressed. I get nutty. So that takes that away. AI takes that away from us. Where, you know, if everyone's just sat at home all fucking day on computers or scrolling fucking TikTok, which I've never looked at, by the way, or downloaded, stuck to my guns on that one. And I was right as well, wasn't I? Liddy, good to see you, dear. Mellow Earth. And Abaldus is in the house. Good to see you, mate. So yeah, but loads to think about tonight. Did you enjoy that? Do you think that the expositions were there already, or were they built? Because even looking at them photos, look like they're there already, and it looks weathered and it looks old. So there's that. I'll have one bottle of Coke a week on my Flaterday. This is my treat, and I know it's poison, but I love a little Coke, and I only have it in the glass bottle. Okay, not in the plasticky bamboo bottles. So what else is happening in the house? Nephilim, yeah, that's another narrative as well. Nephilim, isn't it? You know, that's all fucking Zachariah shit stuff, and I'm not really into all of them stuff, to be honest, because like I can just see through it all, and I can think for myself as well. I'm not going with anything actually anymore. I'm just going to go with the moment, what I can discover, and share it. How about that? And admit that I haven't got a fucking clue, which I haven't, even at my age. I've worked out psychology a lot more. That's one thing I have done. How people behave. That comes as a bit of a shock to my system. There you go. Not everyone's like me. Violet. Mad Max it, baby. Holy Spirit. Are you the Holy Spirit? That's Latin. Okay, it's Latin. Thank you very much for that. So Max Maximus had a birthday this week. He was 96. Nah, he wasn't. So happy birthday for Max this week. Floyd. Bing Goat. They made us pray. I didn't mind. It was okay. Like I said, they used to make us sing Morning Is Broken. And I thought it was a fucking hymn until I started buying Cat Stevens albums. Just like, what? It's Cat Stevens? I thought it was a holy prayer. Hymn. So yeah, we used to have cute little hymn books. And they used to make an effort of singing. It used to be quite nice. If I think back now, it's quite sweet. I mean, cuter than a lot of Welsh kids singing hymns, but them days are long gone. I've asked, my friends got like kids, and it's like, do they like sing prayers and stuff in school anymore? It's like, fuck no. Oh, that's gone. That's in the past. Not allowed. It's allowed. I think it set you up for a good day anyway. I was a bastard, so obviously I wasn't going to do anything like actually praying and mouth it and look for what I can get up to. Check the female action around. Isabel? Morning has broken, light at the 30. God, so noisy, it's reality, isn't it? Anyway. We will plow ahead. We will keep positive. That's what I'm going to do anyway. Fuck what the rest of the world's doing. I'm so like completely depressed and without hope. Yeah, just plow ahead and see what happens, isn't it? Nothing is guaranteed in life anyway. That's one thing that is guaranteed in life is the lack of guarantee. Oh yeah, I'm Boys Bridge. Oh yeah, twisted. Oh, thanks, Deb. Oh, World of Bliss and Dragon Sage just give me CA13. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate that. Crimbo coming. I'll buy crackers. They still do crackers. Do you know what crackers are? Well, these things you pull and they go bang, and then there's a little pair of fucking magnifying glass and a party hat. The crackers exist anymore because I haven't seen any, but I haven't actually been anywhere where people are doing Christmas things because flat with British, and it wouldn't be me, would it really? The fog is crazy. Are we in Silent Hill? No, it's just in here. So, thank you, Donna. Anyway, I'm gonna go and do things. It's getting late here anyway. In the UK, it's 20 to 11. So here I am in Ely Academicals. If you could see me now, Ma. If you could see me now. If you could see me now. Don't break out with a song on YouTube, man. Fuck's sake. I'm drinking fancy wine. Okay, I don't think I'm going to bother drinking Christmas either. That's another thing I'm not into. I haven't drunk since I come back from Spain. Not that I drunk too much or anything. I did just that one party, but my consciousness is better when I'm not having it. So why would I interfere with my consciousness? You know, it doesn't relax me any. I can relax, you know, through binaural beats and just meditation. So I don't know. So what are you saying, Chris from Newport? Thanks for your email. I know where you live. Yeah, you moved out of Newport. You're a Welsh lad, so it's much love to you, Taff. Thanks for opening the mind again, dude. And I'll say adios. Okay, adios, amigos. Stay epic, brother. Stay epic, all of you. Did you enjoy the show tonight? Was it fun? I've put out a shit ton of content this week. Make sure to catch up with it all, guys. And make sure to keep an eye on my community page, because they got like groovy images that I put up on there a few times a week. And I've got my series of Antiques Roadshow, Tatarian Antiques Roadshow, continued tomorrow. So keep an eye on my shorts. Look for some Coke with sugar cane. Okay. I use Demerara sugar, and I'm cut down right on sugar anyway, because feeds them all. Control breathing is key. Well, I do, you know, with that, I don't like to think of me breathing. As soon as I think of me breathing, my breathing goes weird. Same as my heart. It's like I don't like to think of my heartbeat. As soon as I think about my heartbeat, and it all starts fucking populating. But yeah, on the exhale is when I can go deep, you know, into theta state. But still keep conscious, but I can super relax and get on a low level of relaxation through binaural beats. Got to get the right ones though. Some of them just annoy me, but other ones straight to the theta. So yeah. Okay then. Much love to you, Alva Billy, my brother, and Six Saucer. Good to see you as well, my friend. Thank you for being here. Mine isn't working. What's that? PayPal isn't working. Nobody likes PayPal anymore, do they? But this just skanks everybody. But I've got a coffee app as an alternative. It's interesting. Crafty Kim. And be always, folks. Love you, Big Martin. All the lovies to the mods. Crafty Kim loving on us. So thank you, Crafty Kim. Keep an eye on my Facebook as well. I do stuff on there as well. But I'm off Instagram. I haven't been on there for 6 months or more. It's just I don't like Instagram anymore. It's proper fucking pedo. There's something wrong with it all. Can't believe anyone's scrolling that shit. So what's that? 20 squiddage dollars. I love dollars. They're my favourites. I like to have them as well, dollars in my hands. It's like when you got dollars, you know you got money. It's like, this is real money, not like the British stuff. So there you go. And that is from Amaya. How would you pronounce that? Amaya. I think it is, isn't it? Well, that's a nice name. Thank you for that. That's really sweet. Constantinople. It is a very long word. If you can't spell it, stupid. I used to do that in school, and then we were like trying to spell Constantinople, but really what you said is if you can't spell it, IT, just get people with it. Bovril in there. I got Bovril in my mushroom cup. Look. Bovril. I don't want to spill it though. Bovril, which is basically liquid beef. It's beautiful. Oh, it's lovely stone cold as well. Oh, it makes you feel good as well. Really. I have one a night now. It's part of my health regime. No, everyone's off it. And not much happens with PayPal. Never hear much from it these days. It used to. Fucking hell, it's dead. People just don't like it. Like I said, it's Skanksville, isn't it? But everything is. The world It's got loads of Ferenges in it. I've explained this earlier. So yeah, thank you for that. Violet, thank you for being here. I gotta get going. My neck and my back is literally gone. Getting on. So there are Marticus Van Bonk today. Still 369 of you, yeah. Wow. What must you think of me? Anyway, at least I'm keeping it real, innit? Yes, we do, Manny. Yes, we do. We need energy to do things. Because if you haven't got energy to do things, you can't do things. Especially, I need to be doing things. I'm good for humanity. I help people. And I've had so many people come up to me and say, like, that I've helped them get off drugs, stop drinking, and put their life back in order just for being in the community. I shit you not, swear to God, I've had that a lot. So that's another thing that I would never give up as well. So it doesn't matter about the channel, really, as long as I keep that going. Help people. Well, I do too. I'm not into like buying items and stuff, or like, you know, to like organize things, you know, stuff to do with the truth community, because that's where my life is. So that's what I love. It's the truth community. It's my passion, so to speak. Thank you, Sig. Oh, your car's locked out. Don't worry about it, mate. I'm all good. Got what I need. What's that? Yankee Barobi. Good. All right. Thank you for being here. Okay, guys. Make sure if you did like this video, yeah, Bob Vril. I know. Vril. It's all right. It's giving me real energy, man. Vril's good. Vril's catalyst for invention. Don't worry about it. Talk about more of that in the future. It's just a type of cheat. It is cheat. Be epic, stay epic, and I will be back. Oh, there's Beth. We had a great time, didn't we, Beth, up in Bournemouth. Thanks as well to you, lovely. Yeah, sounds nice. Dragon. Wales forever. Cymru I Bath. Woohoo. I'm a Welsh national treasure. I do more for the Welsh Tourist Board than the Welsh Tourist Board. You give me a free holiday. Not that they will ever recognise me because I'm alternative truther. It's like I've gone to people. I've said to people, right, guys. I've said like, they've said like, oh, you're one of those flat earthers, are you? It's like they're saying, oh, you're from there, are you, or something. It's like they're proper racist, and people are still racist towards Welsh people. I've had 2 encounters of racism towards Welsh people this year. I shit you not. And flat earthers, fuck me. They're like, it's like, oh, you're not a flat earther, are you? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? You're not a fucking globetard, are you? / gay. Just saying. You can all enjoy your watery balls, but you gotta suck a dick. So there that. Well, I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. That one was for Simon and Dan. He likes to make stupid videos, doesn't he? I can't believe the thing is, it's like if I was trying to explain my channel to people, like only smart people come to my channel, okay? Because if you're stupid, you're not going to get it. Simon Dan's audience, they must be like fucking 80 IQ or something. I don't even know. It's just really, really stupid people. His audience, and also Professor Dave's audience. Have you seen them? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So yeah, like I said, only smart people come here. That's why we don't get trolls, because trolls are generally stupid by nature, aren't they? So we don't get trolled that much, because they wouldn't know what to say. How do you troll Tataria anyway? I don't know. Get another YouTuber, pay him a load of money to make videos about you. What's that? How do you pronounce that? Pilaro Patricia, I think that is. I don't know, my eyesight's actually going now. Just staring. Good job I got these blue blockers. My eyes have been shot to fucking shit. Oh, thanks, Flip. Hug a troll. Well, they need love all the same, but most of them are bots anyway, and it's all botty these days. Got bots talking to bots. Obviously, I recognise you lot. I don't think there's any bots in you, really. I did have bot baits, but they disappeared. I wonder who who made my bot baits and sent them to my channel. I wonder if it was them. Why would they do that? Anyway, they were lovely. They were good for my ego if I needed my ego stroking, which I don't. They were saying all lovely things like, oh, your videos are so creative and fantastic, Matt. It's like, oh, you're like a breath of fresh air every time I come to your channel, Matt. I feel like, yeah, nice. Thank you. But they all had these names like Trixie, you know. It's like, oh, I never knew about my wife, Trixie, until like years into the marriage. It's like, didn't the name Trixie give anything away? It's like, no. All right, what the fuck ever. Anyway, thank you, Manny. Much love to you, my brother. Stay epic. Keep fighting the good fight for the flat earth. Because it's not an easy thing to do, especially in this day and age, because everyone's got other problems and not really high priority is the shape of the earth with people at the moment, is it? Sending patio love to you. Oh, big dog. I appreciate. Oh, you doing appreciating. Well, I appreciate the amount of work you put in. Oh, thanks. It's an absolute pleasure. That's what I do myself. Thank you, Sarah, for that. Thank you, Floyd. Thank you, Pill. Spicy fools. No, spice is bad. Drugs bad. You might not mean that. You might mean something else. Britain's a different sort of place. Oh, maybe you are on about that. I don't know. Thanks, Debs. Much love to you as well. Thanks, Nibbles. Oh, good. Well, I enjoy your show with Santos. I mean, he's just punching him out lately, isn't he? Since he had his channel back. I noticed I didn't get my channel back. Everybody else got their channels back. I knew I wouldn't get mine back anyway. It doesn't matter anyway. Because I got this one. Thank you. My trip down memory lane. That was a video I did 2 days ago. What's Irish and lives outside your house? Patio furniture. Okay. Lord of the Rings. Okay, that sounds a gay thing. Okay, have a great evening, a great Sunday, and I will be back in the week for my midweek post, which I usually do. It could be a Tuesday, it could be Wednesday, it could be Thursday. But we'll be back. Because I got shit tons, but I can't share it all on this post because I'll be here like 8 hours. And if this is a 3 hour plus video, break this down into increments. Watch your half hour a day, last all week that way. Makes perfect sense. Okay, I gotta go. Yeah, 300,000 followers. Oh, I know. If I had the whole world turn up on my channel, it'd probably be an annoying as fuck anyway. Because then, like, not knowing anything and that, I don't know. Thanks. Thanks, Max. Appreciate that. Appreciate you all. Appreciate everyone who subscribes or likes my channel or helps this channel anyway. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're 10 years in and we're just going to keep punching through, even though it ain't easy. Keep on going in the weird world of social media and the new AI. Boo! Boo! Yeah, sub to me. Sub to me. I'm better than Russell Brand. Much better than Joe Rogan. He's definitely mentally ill and a bit stupid. Better than all of them. Anti. Yeah, I am. And I'm funny. Joe Rogan's not funny. He's not got good weed. He's not funny. He's baldy. Look at my hair. Look at my hair. Compared to Joe Rogan's hair. Fucking eat your heart out, Joe. Huh? What? I'm having fun. That's all it counts. Oh, I'm sure we'll all work it out in the end, especially Canada as well. So I've got shit there as well. Sweden used to be so amazing. I can't believe what I'm reading about Sweden. Oh my God, it's got shit in hand back there big time. Terrible. Anyway, I gotta get going. Boom Shanker, may the seed of your loins be forever fruitful in the belly of your woman. Stay epic and stay true. It's the only way to be. Okay. See you on the next one.